Highlights from round number 2 of the high school football playoffs on KCTN FM 100. Snap back to Stagger, low snap, but he's going to bring it left side, trying to get to the edge, has to cut back up the middle, finds a little hole, 5-yard line, goes in, breaks a tackle for the score. Stagger couldn't bounce outside, cut up middle of the field. And after the turnover by the Trojans, quickly striking is the Vikings. They lead 6-0. Busta with him under center, and he's going to hand it, going to keep it left side, follow his tailback, goes inside the 5-yard line, and he's finally brought down. No, he scoots away from the pile and goes in left side for the score. The Trojans kept on pushing, and Busta got out of a group of players, strolls in, as it turns out, for the final 5 yards. And a 9-yard touchdown run from Busta. Snap back to Stagger. Stagger gives it to Ingles. Ingles up the middle, goes in, standing up for the touchdown. After the big reception from Stagger, hooking up there with, once again, Lang. It is Ingles that finishes it off, a 5-yard run, and the Vikings lead 14-6. Snap back to Stagger, rolling out to the right, looking to throw the football, looking to the corner. That is Lang, catches it, brings it inside the pylon, just inside for the touchdown. It's a 14-yard pass play. Stagger rolling out to the right, hit Lang in stride, and the Vikings lead 22-6. And they're going to run it with Ingles up the middle. Nope, Stagger going to boot it around right side. 5-yard line, able to slip a tackle and goes in for the score. Jack Stagger, quarterback keeper right side. And the Vikings take the opening drive of the second half, march right down the field. They lead 28-6. Pistol formation once again for Stagger. Ingles is behind him. They're low snap, but they give it to Ingles. Ingles goes left side, inside the 5-yard line. They push the pile ahead. Vikings say they've got a touchdown, and indeed they do. After the big play, passing play to Lang. This time it is Ingles rushing in, his second touchdown of the night. It's a 4-yard run. It's now 34-6, Vikings in the lead. And they run the football left side, diving in off left side is going to be Franzen. Is he in for the score? Touchdown, got it from 1 yard out. So a nice drive by the Trojans, but with 2:56 to go, Edco lead is now 34-12. The Edco Vikings improved to 10-0 and back to the quarterfinals for the second year in a row. They get it done defensively tonight. Edco victorious over Turkey Valley by a final score of 34-12. Welcome to the quarterfinals. It's an 8-man quarterfinal tonight on KCTN. In our featured game, Edco visits Gladbrook-Reinbeck. For the Vikings, it's back-to-back seasons that this team has reached the quarterfinals. This time, they look to take it another step further. For the Rebels, the 8-man runner-up last season, they've been one of the top teams in the 8-man game. They look to return to the semifinals. The winner heads to the Dome in the semifinals next week. Edgewood-Colesburg and Gladbrook-Reinbeck. Tonight's Countdown to Kickoff coming up next on KCTN.
Northern Country Co-op and Viafield are now Nexus Cooperative, your full-service ag partner supplying all your agronomy, energy, feed, grain, and lumber needs. Our highly knowledgeable and experienced team utilizes the latest technology in feed manufacturing, agronomy services, precision ag, plant and animal nutrition, energy products, and grain marketing to keep our customers ahead of the rest. Stop in today at any of our 26 locations across northern Iowa and southern Minnesota, or visit us online at nexus.coop.
It's back to school time and the fall sports season is underway. Hi, this is Dr. Jessica Wilkie of Family Dentistry Associates of Monona. We have lots to celebrate over here with the excitement of back to school and the recent wedding of our doctors Chase and Daphne Bruner. Dr. Mark Foey and myself would like to extend them congratulations and wish all our area students and athletes good luck this fall. We welcome new patients and look forward to seeing you at your next dental appointment.
Stronger, farther, faster. It all starts with good nutrition. Clayton County Farm Bureau is proud of our livestock farmers who provide high-quality protein needed to fuel our young athletes. The ultimate pre- and post-game fuel-up can be found in meat and dairy foods grown right here. Meat and dairy are natural sources of essential vitamins that support health, energy, and performance. We know our student athletes are the real deal, and Iowa's livestock farmers are committed to helping them reach their goals. To learn more, visit realfarmers.realfood.realmeat.com.
When I started out in the car business, my dad gave me some good advice. Hi, it's Forrest Brown with the Browns family of dealerships. What my dad told me is when you sell someone their first car, you need a good sales department. But if you expect to sell them their second, third, and fourth car, you better have a great service department. Visit any one of the Browns family of dealerships in Guttenberg, Elkader, West Branch, or Victory Ford in Dyersville and find out why Browns is your hometown dealer, no matter where your hometown may be.
The Woodland Eye Clinic in Elkader and West Union are proud sponsors of high school sports. We are committed to bringing our patients the highest level of total eye care with detailed one-on-one attention. Our offices offer the newest technology and equipment with a professional team of experienced staff that is committed to you. Call us today for your next total eye care appointment. The Woodland Eye Clinic in Elkader and West Union supports all of our local athletes taking the field or court this season.
At Freedom Bank, we're more than a bank. We're 100% employee-owned and proud to be part of the communities we serve. Our home equity line of credit is a smart, flexible way to use the equity you've built in your home. Whether it's home improvements, tuition, or unexpected expenses, Freedom Bank empowers success with local lenders you know and trust. Visit us today and let's build your future together. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender. All loans are subject to credit approval.
Edco Playoff Football is brought to you in part by the Edgewood Reminder, Wolfie's Retreat Dog Grooming, Boarding, and Daycare in Manchester, Del Clay Farm Equipment, your Kawasaki dealer in Edgewood, Nutrien Ag Solutions, Leonard Muller Funeral Home and Crematory in Manchester, Edgewood, and Strawberry Point, Kendrick Forest Products, buyers of standing timber, Edgewood Farm and Home, Community Insurance with offices in Edgewood and Delhi, Blooms Flowers, Gifts, and more in Edgewood, and by Northeast Iowa Sub-Drains in Strawberry Point. We begin the countdown to kick off our featured game. We're joined by Gladbrook-Reinbeck head coach John Olson. Coach, your team now 10-0, victorious over Easton Valley in the round of 16, 56-6. Tell me about that game.
Yeah, I mean, Easton Valley is a well-respected team. They played really awesome this year. They only had one loss going into our game. Extremely fast, well-coached team. Our kids did a good job of preparing during the week. We always talk about trying to win the game on Friday night, but we're trying to win it in practice. And we did a great job in Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday preparation for the game and ready to roll. And luckily it showed on the scoreboard.
All right, now let's talk about Gladbrook-Reinbeck. Who leads you offensively?
You know, offensively, our offensive line does a fantastic job with Geesking as our center and Blakesley as one of our offensive linemen. Cole Grammer as an offensive lineman and Gable as a tight end, and those people go unnoticed. But the reason why we are so successful is running the ball and passing the ball with Trevor Mathern as a quarterback and Heron as a running back and Clark as one of the receivers is because of those guys, and they do such a fantastic job, and they're explosive players. I mean, as a coaching staff, who's the guys that are going to score the points is probably your fast dudes, right? So you give them the ball the most, but without those guys up front, and Cale Blom, also another receiver for us, doing a great job. Without those guys up front, you can't accomplish what you need to accomplish in the backfield on offense.
All right, now let's talk about on the defensive side.
You know, defensive line-wise, we kind of play the same guys. We got Grammer up front, we got Blakesley, and Cale Blom plus some linebacking core. It's pretty much the same guys, 8 or 9 guys on one side of the ball that play on both sides of the ball. You know, and so we have a Chad Gutnick who's also a sophomore that plays for us, and Carson Van Heiden who's a junior that plays for us. But you know, when it comes down to it, after everything's said and done, we still have Hudson Clark that's kind of in the defensive backfield that kind of makes sure everything goes right. He's been a starter for us for 4 years. And Trey Heron, who's a linebacker, that's a pretty special player. It's been starting for us for 3 years. So when you kind of dive into it, if everybody does their job right, it kind of opens the door for those guys to get the best stats. But at the same time, you know, our team is bought into making sure we're doing things right on the defensive end all the time, which is why we typically hold opponents to, you know, hopefully a lot less than what they normally score during the year.
All right, now turning our attention to Edco, what do you know about the Vikings?
You know, just them specifically, you know, their quarterback is a heck of a player. I think he has 47 touchdowns this year. And, you know, he's a strong kid that can run the ball or pass the ball. They got a couple receivers that can really run. Their whole team, I think, qualified either in the 4x2 or the 4x4 or the 4x-something down at state. They got track speed all over the place. And obviously they're well coached, you know, with 10-0 team, and they kind of have simple formations. You know, their plays are simple, but that's preparing for them. But stopping them is definitely not simple. I mean, they're scoring 60 points a game for a reason, and their defense is solid and can run to the ball. So it's going to be a tough battle for us. Keys in the ball game for Gladbrook-Reinbeck. What do you have to do? You know, we've kind of got off to a little bit of a slow start last couple games, and, you know, an 8-man is about possessions. And if you don't hit on one possession or two possessions, that can really put you in a hole. And we kind of dug ourselves out of a couple of those holes because we've got some pretty explosive athletes, but we got to get off to a better start. We can't have, you know, an interception on one of the first couple of plays of the game. We can't just rely on those big plays. We're going to have to put together drives. We're going to have 6, 7, 8 play drives instead of having one play drives. So just sustaining things, being a little bit more efficient early in the game, because clearly after the first quarter gets over with, we've kind of taken off, but we just want to make sure we get that going from the very beginning.
All right, Coach, good luck to you in the ball game. We look forward to talking to you afterwards.
You got it. Thank you for your support.
You betcha. Gladbrook-Reinbeck head football coach John Olson on his Rebel program. Countdown to kickoff continues after this.
This is Chris Holbert, General Manager of Hall Robertson Incorporated in Postville. We would like to wish the area student athletes both a safe and successful sports season. We have been a community-based company since 1864, servicing and supporting the area ag industry with products necessary for daily success. We look forward to continuing to serve and support both the ag industry and high school athletes in our surrounding communities. Thank you and good luck from the families at Hall Robertson.
Hey sports fans, take a time out to call Garms Financial Services for all your insurance needs. Whether you need auto, home, farm, health, crop, or business insurance, Garms Financial Services and Grinnell Mutual has you covered. You'll receive quality protection, expert advice, and local friendly service. Owner Brian Bugenhagen, along with his staff, look forward to serving all your insurance needs. Call them today for a free competitive quote. Garms Financial Services, located in Elkader and now also in Monona, your trusted choice agency.
Looking for the best suppressors with seamless service? Interested in helping protect your hearing or have questions on the NFA process? Head to Stronghold Corp, your one-stop shop for premium suppressors and unbeatable expertise. Whether you're a seasoned shooter or first-time buyer, we can get the best brands and latest models to fit your needs. Enjoy hassle-free eForms electronic fingerprint processing with our state-of-the-art Cerberus live scan system. Contact us today by heading to stronghold-corp.com for more information. Stronghold Corp, where silence meets precision. At Top Gun Customs, we know that cars are complicated. We can handle all the complex new features of any vehicle, foreign or domestic. Not only will it look like new, it'll perform like new. At Top Gun, we don't care if it's a 30-point buck or just your neighbor's cat, big or small, we like them all. Top Gun also does fiberglass repairs, boats, motorcycles, guitars, detailing, paint corrections, headlight restoration. There's not much we don't do. Call Bob or Nancy at Top Gun for details and to schedule your repairs today. 563-964-9899.
Hi, this is Tara Fink, psychiatric mental health nurse practitioner. Helping people bottom line is the biggest reason I chose a career in mental health. During my own struggles, it was difficult to find good support in this area. Therefore, I vowed to come back home to help meet the great need for mental health care in Northeast Iowa. I'm available for consultations at both the Walk-On and Postville Clinic locations, offering assessment, diagnosis, and medication management for all mental illnesses.
Exceptional caring people, Veterans Memorial.
Edco Playoff Football is brought to you in part by Silver Edge Cooperative in Edgewood, Strawberry Point, and Delhi. Citizen State Bank of Monticello, Hopkinton, Ryan, Manchester, Winthrop, Strawberry Point, Springville, and New Vienna. Member FDIC and Equal Housing Lender. Edgewood Convalescent Home and Lincolnwood Assisted Living. J&J Land Solutions in Edgewood. Rockwire Appliance and TV, the home of quality service with the lowest price guaranteed in Prairie du Chien, Waukon, Decorah, and Viroqua. And Elkader Chiropractic Center, Dr. Jamie Hammersland. We continue the countdown to kickoff our featured game. We're joined by Edco football coach Alex Hanna. Coach, your team improving to 10-0, victorious over Turkey Valley in the round of 16 by a final score of 34-12. Tell me about that game.
Yeah, it was a playoff game. You could tell it was a playoff game. Both teams really came out and did a really good job in the first quarter, kind of controlling what the other team did. I thought we executed well the first drive. We went out and scored right away, and we're up 8-0. Then they came back and scored 6-8, and we kind of went back and forth the rest of the first quarter. So ended up 8-6 after the first quarter, and then pulled away a little bit in the second quarter. Went to halftime up 22-6, but it was a defensive struggle. They took away a lot of the stuff that we're good at, so we had to kind of fall back on some things that we're not as explosive with. But as the game went on, we figured out, hey, we're just going to take what they give us, and maybe we're not going to take deep shots as often as we like to, and we'll just run the ball and stick with the underneath stuff, and it ended up working out for us.
All right, let's talk about the defense first off here. They made a number of big stops for you, especially in your own territory. Who led the way defensively?
Inspiring changes to a happier, healthier you is what we do at Clayton Drug. We are committed to helping you achieve the highest quality of life possible.
We continue the countdown to kick off our featured game. We're joined by Edco football coach Alex Hanna. Coach, your team improving to 10-0, victorious over Turkey Valley in the round of 16 by a final score of 34-12. Tell me about that game.
Yeah, it was a playoff game. You could tell it was a playoff game. Both teams really came out and did a really good job in the first quarter, kind of controlling what the other team did. I thought we executed well the first drive. We went out and scored right away, and we're up 8-0. Then they came back and scored 6-8, and we kind of went back and forth the rest of the first quarter. So ended up 8-6 after the first quarter. And then, pulled away a little bit in the second quarter, went to halftime up 22-6, but it was a defensive struggle. They took away a lot of the stuff that we're good at, so we had to kind of fall back on some things that we're not as explosive with. But as the game went on, we figured out, hey, we're just going to take what they give us, and maybe we're not going to take deep shots as often as we like to, and we'll just run the ball and stick with the underneath stuff, and it ended up working out for us.
All right, let's talk about the defense first off here. They made a number of big stops for you, especially in your own territory. Who led the way defensively?
Yeah, so just this is the theme of our defense. This week we had another guy step up. We had Jaden Miller stepped up. I think he had 14 tackles in the game, and we had Billy Hoffman had, I think, 3 or 4 TFLs in the game. So we were very fortunate to get the stops that we needed in this particular game. But Turkey Valley just executed and ran the ball right at us. We were able to, like you said, once we got inside of our 20, our defense is usually pretty stout in there. So we were able to get the stops that we needed to. But we also got, forced a couple of turnovers as well. So defensively, we just played sound defense. Other than Miller with his tackles, we didn't have another standout per se, but just a lot of tough, gritty running to the football and tackling, which is all we can hope for, and trying to get to play football in November.
All right, offensively, obviously it was balanced for you guys. Who led the way on that side?
Yeah, balance is always good for us. We had 155 yards passing and 197 yards rushing. Ingalls and Steger both went for like 95, 96 yards apiece, 2 touchdowns apiece. So very, very balanced between those two running the football. Receiving was pretty lopsided. Christopher Lang had pretty much all of our catches. He had 5 catches for 152 yards and a touchdown. And then Jax was very efficient throwing the football, but we didn't get the shots that we were looking for offensively. Down the field, we missed a couple that were open. And they covered us and had a good plan, to prevent Jax from keeping those fast plays going with his feet like he's so good at. So, like I said, we just had to adjust our game plan, and we just had to decide, we're gonna tote the ball a bunch in the second half. So 30 carries in the game is high for us usually, but that's how it's going to be the rest of the way. So.
All right, now let's talk about Gladbrook-Reinbeck. What do you know about them?
They're basically a carbon copy of us. I think they're a little faster in the backfield. Their running back is a dude. He's very quick, very elusive, very hard runner. Their line's a lot like ours. They're not real oversized. I don't know if they have anybody over 210 pounds. I don't think. But they know where they're supposed to be. They get their butts in the hole, and they know where the ball needs to get to when it needs to get there. Their quarterback is also very efficient, and they have a wide receiver that is very fast and a very good football player. And then defensively, they run a cover 2 most of the time, which is unusual in 8-man. You don't see a lot of straight up cover 2, but they're the ones that do it the best in the state, in my opinion. And they're just very, very sound defensively. They're okay with 3-4 yards a carry. They're okay giving you that. They're not going to take a lot of risks defensively. So we just have to work our way down the field and score when we get our opportunities and play good defense. But it's going to be an outstanding game, I think.
All right, Coach, good luck to you in the ball game. We look forward to talking to you afterwards.
All right, thanks, Dan.
Yes, Edco football coach Alex Anna on his Viking program. Countdown to kickoff continues after this.
Inspiring changes to a happier, healthier you is what we do at Clayton Drug. We are committed to helping you achieve the highest quality of life possible. We are a full-service pharmacy offering services such as med packing to your home or mail delivery and online prescription refill. We also offer a cash pricing program on name brand and generic prescriptions. Call 563-245-2530 to find out more. Clayton Drug, connecting the communities of Elkader, Strawberry Point, and Sumner to serve us all in between.
Hi, this is Cody from Torkelson Motors in Elgin and Waukon. At Torkelson Motors, we believe that student involvement in activities is a great way to help grow our communities, and we are proud to help sponsor this game for your enjoyment. We've been serving Northeast Iowa since 1926 and appreciate the business that our customers have given us and the support they provide to our area schools and communities. So the next time you are in need of a new or used vehicle or a repair, stop into Torkelson Motors. We've been selling cars the old-fashioned way with a friendly smile and a handshake right here next door in Elgin and Walk On.
Energy consumers everywhere are getting calls and texts from scammers. The callers threaten to shut off their power if payment is not made immediately. Don't fall for it. Never give out financial or personal information to someone who calls claiming to be from your provider. When in doubt, always call your utility and get the facts. Alameda Clayton Electric Cooperative, your Touchstone Energy Cooperative.
Being good at life means getting your finances in order so you can focus on the moments that matter most. With over 175 years of experience, New York Life Insurance Company offers insurance and financial solutions you can benefit from while you're, well, living. For trusted guidance, contact your local agents, Andrew Reimer or Troy Springer with your Vision Financial Group, proudly located and serving the beautiful Guttenberg community. Call Andy or Troy at 563-252-2471. Start planning today for peace of mind tomorrow. Your Vision Financial Group is not owned or operated by New York Life.
When making up a to-do list, don't forget to include servicing your car at Edie's AC Delco Service Center in Garnavillo. Your car should have the best care, and Edie's will make sure of it. Stop in or call 964-2186 to make an appointment. Tires worn out? Well, Edie's can replace them. Need a tow? Call Edie's at 964-2186. Kay, Lynn, and Todd invite you to stop by and fill your car's tank with fuel at Edie's AC Delco Service Center in Garnavillo. Edie's open 7 a.m. Mondays through Saturdays.
Alpine Communications believes connected communities become thriving communities. We are the local telephone company that became a 21st century communications provider. Alpine provides internet, television, cellular security, and telephone too. We promise personal, timely, reliable service from people who live here. When you choose us, we all thrive. Connect with Alpine Communications today. Click alpinecom.net or call 563-245-4000.
Edco Playoff Football is brought to you in part by Innovative Ag Services in Elkader, Monona, and Waukon, Norby's Farm Fleet in Northeast Iowa, Guttenberg Municipal Hospital and Clinic. Check out career opportunities at guttenberghospital.org. Rivals Inc. Custom Gear, Screen Printing, Embroidery, and online shopping at rivalsinc.com. Bruins and James Insurance, your Grinnell Mutual agent in Monona. Furniture Showcase and All Wine, Lighting Showroom, Flooring, Furniture, and Window Treatments. And by Bacon Concrete in Postville. Good evening once again, everybody. How you doing? Dan Barons along with Coach Aaron Hamann. We welcome you here to Gladbrook and the 8-man quarterfinal tonight. It is the Edco Vikings on the road here against the Gladbrook-Reinbeck Rebels. Both teams come in with a record of 2-0, and both teams have been impressive in their first two rounds.
Yeah, both teams taking care of business in those first two rounds. Interesting matchups tonight all across the state in 8-man. A lot of undefeated teams matching up tonight, and we're going to have a dandy here with these two undefeated teams.
Yeah, there's 6 undefeated teams playing tonight in the 8-man game. These are the only games going on tonight in the 8-man game. The Vikings come in ranked 6th in the 8-man game. They have a record of 10-0, and again, we have seen them late this season and throughout the postseason as well. Jack Stagger leads them, and he has been outstanding. He has rushed for over 1,100 yards and has thrown for nearly 1,800.
Yeah, he's a true dual threat quarterback, and the biggest thing, he's only a sophomore, but you look at his touchdowns. He's got 19 rushing touchdowns, and he's got 28 passing touchdowns. So he accounts for a lot of their scoring. He's healthy. He's feeling good. He's gonna be a weapon tonight.
And also has 34 two-point conversions on the season as well. Meanwhile, again, Carson Ingalls had the big game last week, and he has been the solid running back for them. Over 600 yards rushing, plus he's got some receptions.
Yeah, 87 carries there, 17 touchdowns. You throw in Jaden Miller once in a while, 200 yards, a couple of touchdowns. But I think you get into that receiving core, and it's a little windy tonight, but I think they're still going to be able to throw the ball. You've got Christopher Lang.
And Lang had 151 yards last year receiving-wise, and he's close to 1,000.
Yeah, 864 yards right now, 36 catches, 13 of those touchdowns. He's just got speed, and he's not the only one. Carter Batten's got 500 yards, 7 touchdowns on 15 receptions. Jaden Miller, we talked about, he's got 200 yards receiving, 4 touchdowns. So they got a lot of speed that they put out there, and a lot of guys you have to account for.
Defensively, defensively, this has been the strong suit for them, especially the last couple of weeks here. They have a group that has been outstanding. They have forced a total of 14 fumbles, 15 interceptions. Gladbrook-Reinbeck, similar numbers, which we'll talk about, but Carson Ingalls and Jaden Miller really lead them offensively. Carter Batten with the interceptions.
Yeah, you look at those two, Carson Ingalls and Jaden Miller, both over 60 tackles on their own, 42 and 49 respectively solo, and a couple of sacks. But the other one that's kind of a fun one to talk about is William Hoffman. He's got 50 tackles on the year, but he's got 6 sacks. He comes from the edge, and he's had some really good ball games, and they're looking for him to have a big game tonight as well.
They've been so good in the secondary. Batten has 5 interceptions on the season. Lang has 4, and Jaden Miller has 3. So, again, this is a team that has played good team defense, and you can say even at times great. Meanwhile, we talk about Gladbrook-Reinbeck. The Rebels are 10-0, and they have one of the top running backs that you're going to see in the 8-man game. But let's start talking about their quarterback here, Trayvon Herron.
Yeah, you talk about Trayvon Herron, running back for them, 75 carries, over 1,000 yards, and 22 touchdowns. This is somebody that the Vikings...
And Herron, by the way, the running back.
The running back. This is somebody the Vikings said we have to account for. We got to know where he's at. He is a weapon, and he's a load to take down. They have planned extensively for him. But you throw in Mathern, he's got 45 carries, 606 yards, 11 touchdowns. They got a second guy there that's just as tough that you got to be aware of.
Well, so Trevor Mathern, is the quarterback. He's a senior, 62 of 90, 19 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, 914 yards passing, as we mentioned, over 600 yards rushing as well. But his favorite receiver is Hudson Clark. He's a senior, 5'11". He's got 47 catches on the year.
Yeah, 700 yards, 15 touchdowns. That senior's having a heck of a year, and you start looking at yards per catch, 14 yards per catch. Running the ball, they're 11 yards per carry, so they're getting big gains on every play.
Now, we talked about the turnovers forced by Edco, but the same for Gladbrook-Reinbeck. 19 forced fumbles. They have 19 interceptions. Cale Blom, once again, leads them offensively. He's got 7 sacks on the season.
Yeah, 7.5 sacks on the season, 24 as a team. But you talk about Hudson Clark. He's leading them in tackles. Trayvon Herron's up there with tackles. They got a lot of guys just gang tackling, getting those solo tackles as well. So, pretty stout on defense, and they haven't given up a lot of points this year.
No, a total of 71 in their games coming into this ball game tonight. Meanwhile, Cale Blom with 3 fumble recoveries. Hudson Clark has 5 interceptions. Trayvon Herron, has 3 interceptions and 3 fumbles. So, again, they have players that are contributing for them on all levels, similar to Edco.
Yeah, absolutely. Good athletes all the way around on both sides of the ball tonight.
Now, Gladbrook-Reinbeck, the 3rd-ranked team in the 8-man game. So this is a case there of this is why they're hosting tonight. It is a very cool night, a nice night here, but you may hear the wind from time to time. We're outside toughing it out. That gave us the best camera angle for this game tonight.
Yeah, all of you joining us from home, the warmth of your home. It's not bad out here, but the wind is pretty brisk, and if you're gonna hear something, that's probably what you're gonna hear.
All right, we'll take a break. And when our countdown to kickoff continues, we'll be back with the opening kickoff here, and we'll go through the starting lineups. Gladbrook-Reinbeck and Edco, the 8-man quarterfinal coming up on KCTN.
Strawberry Building Supply offers all your building materials for residential and commercial projects. Whether you're building from the ground up, remodeling your home, or a weekend project, we have the materials you'll need. We are an authorized Milwaukee dealer for all your Milwaukee tools. Strawberry Building Supply also has everything you'll need for your pets and livestock. Stop into Strawberry Building Supply today at 413 West Mission Street, Strawberry Point, or call 563-933-4579.
Hey, Justin Birdnow here from Birdnow Chevrolet in Monona. I want to take a moment to wish all the local athletes good luck during their game. You have worked incredibly hard, and it shows during each game. Myself and the entire Birdnow Chevrolet Monona team is wishing you all that you do your best and good luck.
Getting to the age of 55 may have earned you wisdom, but Central State Bank thinks you should get something more, like a checking account that earns you interest. We believe you've earned the right to avoid fees for ATM and debit cards, wire transfers, cashier checks, and insufficient funds transfers. Call or visit Central State Bank today and ask about our Classic 55 checking. It's time you've got what you earned. Central State Bank, member FDIC.
Mom, yeah, put that on my to-do list. There is more and more on my to-do list every day. I can hardly keep up, and I have to make sure everyone is paid. But who has time for the bills?
You know who can help with that?
Who?
Elkader Tax and Bookkeeping. They not only do taxes, but specialize in bookkeeping services as well. Has your to-do list gotten too long? Want help? Give Elkader Tax and Bookkeeping a call at 563-245-2154.
Edgewood Auto and Towing is an automotive repair shop, tire dealer, and 24/7 towing service. We offer full service work on all autos and semis. Our highly skilled mechanics provide quality workmanship and will get you back on the road in a timely manner. Check out our current tire rebates by calling 563-928-7333 or stopping in to Edgewood Auto and Towing for complete terms and conditions.
Edco Playoff Football is brought to you in part by Farmers Savings Bank of Colesburg, Elkport, Garber, Strawberry Point, Arlington, Elgin, and Wadena. Member FDIC. Car Auto Group online at karautogroup.com. Fisk Farm and Home in Monona, Cresco, and Decorah. Culligan Water Conditioning in Elkader. Clayton County Recycling in Monona. Myers Auto Service in Monona. TJ's Pizza in Monona and Claremont. Dean Family Chiropractic in Claremont. And by Thompson Construction and Monona Overhead Door. They have just finished the national anthem as we get ready for this ball game tonight here. An outstanding presentation of the color guard here tonight in Gladbrook-Reinbeck. It is a game time temperature in the low 50s. It's a beautiful night for football. Let's go through the starting lineups. First off for the Vikings. The anchor of the line up front is center Ben Piersbacher, junior, 5'11", 280. The guards are Keegan Stelkin, a sophomore, 6 foot, 205 pounds, also plays defensive end. The right guard is Brady Tyne. He's a junior, 5'8", 195 pounds. The quarterback is Jack Stagger, a sophomore, 5'10", 175 pounds, also plays linebacker. The tight end is Connor Balls. He's a sophomore, 6'1", 170 pounds. Carson Ingalls is your running back. He's a senior, 5'7", 160, also plays linebacker. The wide receivers are Carter Batten. He's a senior, 6'2", 170 pounds, plays cornerback, and Christopher Lang, another senior, 6 foot, 175 pounds, and also plays corner. The other defensive starters for, once again, Edco nose tackle Billy Hoffman, a senior, 6'2", 205 pounds, and Jaden Miller starts at an outside linebacker. He is a sophomore, 6 foot, 150 pounds. Here's your starting lineup now for Gladbrook-Reinbeck. The anchor of their line is Wyatt Geisking. He's a senior, 6'5", 223 pounds. The guards are Cole Gramer. He is a junior, 5'10", 181 pounds, also plays nose guard. The left guard is Gavin Blakesley. He's a senior, 5'10", 211 pounds, also plays defensive end. The tight end is Garrett Gable. He is a senior, 6 foot, 172 pounds. The receivers are Hudson Clark, their leading receiver, a senior, 5'11", also 161 pounds, and plays cornerback. The running back is, once again, Trayvon Heron. The junior, 5'9", 172 pounds, also plays middle linebacker. The quarterback is Trevor Mathern. He is a senior, 6'2", 163 pounds, also plays free safety. The ex-receiver for them is Cale Blom. He's a senior, 6'1", 206 pounds, and he again will play defensive end on that side of the ball. The other two starters for Gladbrook-Reinbeck is safety Braden Utter, a junior, 6 foot, 182 pounds, and the other cornerback is Chad Gutnicht. He is a sophomore, 5'7", 153 pounds. There you have all the starters for tonight's ball game. As I'm joined by Coach Aaron Hammond, let's talk about keys in the ball game. The Vikings are the visiting team. Let's start there.
Well, I think for the Vikings, they need to project the quarterback up front, try to win that turnover battle if they can, get the ball to the speed in the open field, and they have to slow down this running attack from Gladbrook-Reinbeck.
Meanwhile, for Gladbrook-Reinbeck, keys in the game.
For Reinbeck, I think you need to take away something on defense. You know, Edco's really balanced with both pass and run, so they got to take something away. I think they need to win that turnover battle. I think that's going to be a key for both of these teams. And I think they need to mix in the pass to try to keep Edco, honest, because they're going to really key on Heron and try to take him away.
Which team can limit the big plays? And I know it's 8-man. You live on big plays. But defensively tonight, that's the challenge for both these clubs. Meanwhile, the Vikings, the away team, they've got the black bottoms. They have the white tops. They've got the black numbers with the yellow trim. They have, of course, the Viking logo on both sides of those black helmets and the yellow face masks. For Gladbrook-Reinbeck, their home uniforms, white bottoms. They have the blue tops. And once again, they will have the white helmets with the GR sword label, logo on both sides. So that's their saber for the Rebels. Again, they are going to receive to start this ball game. We've got local officials tonight, Chris Hofert's crew.
Yeah, Chris Hofert's crew, along with Steve Hofert, Mike Johnson, James Prouty, Pat Lincoln, all in the Kalmar, Osh, and Decorah area. So the guys that I know, I've coached with a couple of them, so we know these guys. They'll do a great job out there tonight.
All right, back to receive deep for Gladbrook-Reinbeck will be Hudson Clark. He's on the near side as a returner, and we'll let you know who that is in just a bit. Meanwhile, Jaden Miller to launch it away in this ball game. So Jaden Miller with the ball at the 40-yard line, and we're ready to go here. Also back deep to receive is Heron for Gladbrook-Reinbeck. So a beautiful night for football. Here we go with the quarterfinals, and a trip to the Dome is up for grabs, which would be played on Wednesday next week. Meanwhile, Miller's kick in the air. He squibs it up the middle of the field. It is caught by the up back at the 25-yard line. Bringing it right side is number 2 and Chad Gutnick. Gutnick brings it across the 35-yard line inside Edco territory. Gets it down to the 48-yard line. Number 2 had that return there in Gutnick.
Yep, and number 3 was the tackle for Edco.
And Miller making the stop. So first down, 10 yards to go. The Vikings staying away from the deep returns of Clark, who has 2 touchdown kick returns this year. They decide to kick it short. Meanwhile, first down, 10 yards to go. Pistol formation here for the Rebels. Receiver split left and right in Edco territory. And on first down, they toss it left side. That is Heron. His first carry to left side. Gets a couple of yards. Near the 35-yard line, he's pushed out of bounds there by Carter Batten. And it is going to be second down, 7 yards to go. They love to get Heron on the edge, so that will be a test for the Vikings defense tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. The Vikings have been working on it all week, knowing, hey, he's a hard runner, he's quick, he's a load to handle, so they're going to try to find a way to slow him down. A 2-yard gain is a good start.
In the 8-man game, we always talk about here as far as how many times you punt in a ball game, because it's not very often.
Not very often. Neither of these teams punt very often.
Gladbrook-Reinbeck has punted once all year. 2nd and 8. They run once again the ball with Heron. Stopped in the middle. Bounces outside. He gets to the edge. He's down the far sideline. Cuts back inside. 10-5 goes in for the score. Touchdown. Got it. On play number 2, Trayvon Heron goes 36 yards for the score, and the Rebels strike quickly 21 seconds into the game.
Yeah, and that was bottled up right at the point of contact there, actually behind the line of scrimmage, and shook that tackle. And when he was able to bounce to the outside, turned on the jet, made a guy miss late, and was able to get in untouched for a touchdown.
So it is 6-0. Gladbrook-Reinbeck starting the game the way they wanted to. This is the rare team in 8-man. They kick PATs. And once again, it will be Utter, who is 62 of 70 from the PAT. High snap brought down there by Mathern. The kick is up. It is high enough, long enough. Put it on the board. 7-0. The quick lead there for Gladbrook-Reinbeck. Let's take this break.
NEAT is connecting more and more homes and businesses to reliable, fast broadband internet in Northeast Iowa. NEAT's fiber optic network has expanded and is now offering speeds up to 1 gig in and around Monona, Lewena, St. Olaf, Farmersburg, Postville, and surrounding rural areas. NEAT Fiber provides high-quality internet, television, and telephone services at the speed of light. For more information on how to upgrade your speed and services, visit NEITEL.com or call today 877-638-2122. NEAT, connecting you now.
Edco Playoff Football is brought to you in part by Lloyd Kelchin Grain in Edgewood, the Cheapo Depot in Petersburg, the Lowena Savings Bank, member FDIC, LTI & Sons Water Conditioning, your Connecticut dealer in Postville, Meyer Collision and Service Center in Guttenberg and Elkader, Ground Logs and Lumber in Elkader, Timber is a Crop, Harvest Wisely, St. Olaf Ag Sales and Service, T&K Cahoon, your Napa dealer in Monona, and by Nick's Excavating and Kane Construction in Farmersburg. This is KCTN Sports. Opening kickoff there was again for Gladbrook-Reinbeck. Set them up inside Edco territory. They score on a 36-yard run from their running back, Trayvon Heron. The PAT, good by Utter. Meanwhile, the opening kickoff there from Utter actually ends up going back. It is a touchback and is picked up there by Lang in the end zone about 5 yards deep. So the ball comes out to the 15-yard line. First down, 10 yards to go for the Vikings, their first touch of the ball.
And Edco going right to left here on our camera, and the wind coming from their right. So we'll see what they try to do.
So on first down, they send it back in motion in Ingles. Stagger going to bring it around left end. Can't get to the edge. It is quickly shut down. Chad Gutnick on the right end did not let him get to the edge. They lose a yard on the first down play, and it's second down and 11.
Yeah, just tried to go a power formation there to the left side and get enough blockers, but didn't have enough. Nice job by the defense getting in there.
So Edco knows they're going to be challenged up front with the athleticism of the Rebels, but you got to hold on to those breaks there, get that running back out to block like Ingles there. Their wide receivers are great at blocking.
They are excellent blockers downfield, but you got to get through that first wave with those guys up front.
So second down, 11 yards to go. Two receivers bunched up to the left side. Stagger alone in the backfield, gets the snap, looks to throw the football. Left side, it is caught, quick out. Caught there by number 3 in Jaden Miller. He's pushed out of bounds at the 20-yard line. Just a quick turn towards the sideline. 5-yard pickup, 3rd and 5.
Yeah, and that's a nice pass to get Steger kind of comfortable with this wind. He threw it, away from the wind, short, kind of in the flats, get that underneath him, make this third down a little more manageable.
Yeah, with the crosswind tonight, and if you look at the flag in the end zone there, it is a direct crosswind blowing, like I said, right basically at us. And it's third down, 5 yards to go. Officially a 6-yard pickup on that pass. Meanwhile, two receivers to the right, single receiver to the left. Ingles is behind Stagger, so pistol formation for the Vikings. Stagger to throw the football, steps up, looking to run, steps up across the 20-yard line, will be stopped short of the 25-yard line rather, and short of first down. About 2 yards short, it quickly closed down. Number 17, Braden Utter, one of the first Rebels to be there. It is fourth down, and the first interesting call of this ball game comes from Edco on what do you do on 4th and 2.
Yeah, 4th and a short 2 here, and you'd hate to give the Rebels good field position, but if you can pick this up and keep a drive going, I think you want to try to do that to answer the score.
So it is again Edco looking like they're going to go for it here on 4th and short. Play clock is inside 10 seconds. Two receivers to the left. Pistol formation here. It is 4th down and 1. Batten goes in motion. Back to Stagger. Stagger trying to get to the edge right side. Stop, but leans ahead at the 25-yard line. And looks to me he got first down yardage. He was actually stopped short, but by falling forward, the ball landed right on the line, and that's all he needed to get to. Was a 25-yard line. It's a tough yard, but they got it, and it's 1st and 10.
Well, that was a big call for Edco, but picking it up, I think, is going to give this team some confidence in this first drive. Even if they don't get points out of it, able to sustain a drive is big.
So first down, 10 yards to go. Receiver split left and right. They line up here with, again, pistol formation, and to throw the football, Stagger again. Stagger rolls right, pass near the sideline. It is caught, completed near the 30-yard line, far side. Stopped inbounds there was the receiver for Edco, completed to Lang, and it's going to be 2nd down, 6 yards to go. Now the Vikings team so concerned about them taking deep shots. They were so good against Turkey Valley last week. Now they got Lang, but they kept everything there basically in front of them.
Well, and it looks like Gladbrook-Reinbeck is playing a little zone, a cover 2, cover 3, so that underneath is going to be open. You just got to be able to add yards after the catch if you get that underneath pass.
2nd down, 6 yards to go. 3 minutes into the opening quarter. Stagger to throw the football, looking long. He's looking for Lang. Middle of the field, catches it in stride. 20, 10, brought down from behind, and it's 1st and goal. Or they like to throw it deep, too. And Lang just slid by everybody in the secondary. A huge pitch and catch. 1st and goal, huge play for the Vikings.
Yeah, why not? I just said, they're probably not going to throw it deep. Let's throw it deep. We'll see what happens here. So we had, about a 41-yard pass play there.
So first down, 10 yards to go for the Vikings. Again, we talked about which team can limit the big plays in this game tonight. So the Vikings lined up a close formation here. Stagger alone in the backfield, and Miller along with Lang as receivers to the left end. Back to Stagger, trying to get to the edge. He does. Little hole, 5-yard line. They'll push it inside the 5. Pyle continues to go forward. It's a rugby scrum, and they're down inside the 2-yard line. So Stagger's help from behind. It's 2nd and goal now for the Vikings.
Yeah, and that big pass play obviously kind of gets your defensive backs kind of on the back of their heels of their feet, and give Stagger a little bit of room there. He had a nice gain pushing this almost to the 5. Is that on the 7-yard line?
Yeah, it was actually at the 10, and they moved it inside to the 2-yard line. So I would say closer to the 3-yard line, but either way, it's 2nd down and goal. Scoreboard says 2nd and 2, so it's maybe 2.5. Here's your play for Edco. Back to Stagger. Stagger follows the line, goes through left side. He's able to go in for the score. So Edco gets the big play to Lang, and then Stagger finishes it off with a 3-yard run. And the Vikings back within 7-6.
Yeah, just an easy play there. Just put some power in there and poke that through on the left side. Stagger able to go in and answer that early touchdown by Gladbrook-Reinbeck.
We'll give him an official carry of 2 yards. So they will go for the conversion. Remember, Edco has only tried 2 PATs all year, and so this is huge conversions in this ball game tonight with Edco virtually going for 2 every time. So they send Ingles out of motion, back to Stagger. Stagger goes left side, trying to get to the edge. He's able to get there, but he quickly is closed down. Flowing down the line is Gladbrook-Reinbeck. Cole Gramer checks him, track him down. He couldn't get to the edge, and the conversion fails. 7:48 left in the opening act. 7-6. Rebels in the lead. Let's take this break.
Epic Wear. Get personalized clothing for your school, your team, family, friends, business, or any event. Epic Wear has a huge range of customizable apparel, trophies, and awards. They offer free design help or design your own apparel at getepicwear.com, and you can even set up a free website for your fundraiser. Epic Wear, walk on. Call 563-568-2301 to place your order today.
Are high bank fees draining your wallet? It's time for a change.
At People's State Bank, they believe in low fees that put you first.
Tired of being charged for using your debit card, sneaky paper statement fees, or monthly maintenance fees?
With People's State Bank's People's Checking Account, those fees are a thing of the past.
Worried about ATM fees?
At People's State Bank, they reimburse you for up to 3 ATM fees per month. They work hard to keep your money where it belongs, in your pocket.
Make the switch to People's State Bank today. Visit a branch near you or peoplesfinancial.com. Member FDIC.
Miller to launch it away for Edco, and this is returnable. This is Heron who bobbles it, goes back to the 5-yard line to pick it up. Heron brings it up the middle, gets across the 20-yard line, near the 25-yard line. It's first down, 10 yards to go. For the Vikings, Stagger, a 2-yard run. The conversion fails. It is 7-6, 7:41 left in the opening act. We talked about both teams wanting to limit big plays, and both teams have big plays on their first touch.
Well, you don't get to this point in the season and the postseason without being able to make some of those big plays, and both of them have made it, and if that's the tone for the night, we're going to see a lot of scoring.
So first down, 10 yards to go for Gladbrook-Reinbeck, which scored in 2 plays. Meanwhile, Edco, just a few more than that. And it's, again, 7-6. So they go out of pistol formation, 2 receivers to the left. And again, Maythorn is at quarterback. They send a back in motion, and Clark, the receiver, goes to the right side. Maythorn to throw the football, looking right side to Clark, goes up high, catches it, 30-yard line, runs with the shoulders down, gets near first down yardage, near side, 35 to the 36-yard line. Stagger and also making the play there as well, Batten. But that's going to move the chains. First down pickup. And again, Clark has 47 receptions on the season. He's their favorite target.
Yeah, and that was a nice 10-yard gain. You caught it at about 7 or 8 yards, turned it upfield, falling forward, enough to pick up the first down. So a good gain there, getting Maythorn a chance to throw the ball.
So first down, 10 yards to go. Same formation here for the Rebels, and they stay in pistol with Heron, the running back behind Maythorn. He'll get the handoff up the middle, a couple of yards, gets across the 35-yard line near midfield, picks up about 3 on the run up the middle, and it's going to be now second down and 7 yards to go. Stagger in that area, also there as well as Hoffman. And again, it's a positive gain for Gladbrook-Reinbeck on first down.
Yeah, they're looking for positive yards, and obviously Edco looking to limit those yards. So again, a 2-yard gain. This is what happened last time. Had a short gain on the ground, and then all of a sudden you broke a big one. So they got to keep being sure on their tackles.
Yeah, and Heron, again, is a short back. But what I mean by that is he's only 5'9", but 172 pounds. 3 receivers lined up left side. 2nd and 7. Maythorn swing pass. It is completed. Heron goes inside the 40-yard line, inside Edco territory. He stopped short of the first down. Just a swing pass left side, but it puts them in third and very short.
Yeah, about a 6-yard gain there, but puts them knocking on the door of another first down, 3rd and short, right where you want to be if you're trying to stay ahead of the sticks.
So 3rd down, a yard to go. We mentioned there that for Gladbrook-Reinbeck, now Stagger goes to the sideline to get the plays for Edco, but they actually have a wide receiver. They'll rotate wide receivers to bring in their plays from the sideline.
Yeah, a little different system, but obviously works for both of these teams.
2 receivers to the left, single receiver to the right. It is 3rd and short. Maythorn is alone in the backfield. And he gets the snap, swing pass, right side. It is caught quick out to Clark. Clark, first down, steps out of bounds inside the 35-yard line. Chased out of bounds by Batten, but they needed 1. They pick up 4. Just a quick hit play to the right side. 1st and 10 for the Rebels.
Yeah, about a 3-yard gain is what they're going to give him on Clark. They're going to say he stepped out of bounds a little early there, but still enough to get that first down.
So on 1st and 10, they continue to bring the play in. This drive now here a couple of minutes old, but they've resulted in 2 first downs after starting from inside their own territory. And we've seen some different pass formations here. Same situation with Maythorn alone in the backfield. First down, 10 yards to go, and they're going to run it on a jet sweep. Left side, it is Clark. Clark trying to get to the edge, forced back inside, middle of the field. He'll step inside the 30-yard line, down to the 28-yard line. His forward progress is stopped there, and a solid gain on first down of 5 yards.
Yeah, a little different look there, but still putting the guy in motion, and this time giving it to him, so able to get upfield there, get half the distance, trying to get that first down.
And again, we mentioned both these teams, they have no problem. This game's a little slower pace. They want the other team to have to take their time.
Yeah, I think both these teams want long drives if they have to, to try to burn that clock down and march down the field.
Second down, 5 yards to go. Receiver split left and right. Toss play left side. Heron gets to the edge, 25-yard line. He's down to the 20, far sideline, outside the numbers at the 10-yard line, and tackled there. It's first and goal. Hoffman making the play way down the field along with Lang, but a big gain down to the 7-yard line, and a 21-yard gain that time for Heron. First and goal.
Yeah, just a big gain, and you talked about him being low to the ground, being really stocky, so he's physical when he hits you. He's hard to bring down.
Yeah, you just, again, because the way he runs so low to the ground, and if you do get him, you've got to wrap him up, and a lot of times it's tough one-on-one. So first and goal to the 7-yard line, 2 receivers to the right this time. Heron is behind the quarterback, Maythorn. And with 4.5 to go in the quarter, they are going to run it up the middle, and it is Heron, and Heron inside the 5, maybe to the 4, and it's going to be second down here, and it's going to be goal to the 3-yard line. And Keegan Stelkin making the play, they mark it down to the 4.
Yeah, so they're going to give him, about a 3-yard gain that time. But, again, moving a little closer there to the end zone. Manageable here. They got 3 more downs to work with. Edco needs to get some kind of big play. We've talked about their defense throughout the season. They get in the red zone. The Edco defense bends, doesn't break. So we'll see if they can bow their backs a little bit.
Well,
here.
last week, a great example. Turkey Valley actually outgained Edco in that game, but time and time again got inside the 20-yard line. They were turned away. Meanwhile, it's second down and goal, 4-yard line here, 2 receivers to the right, and they are going to move Clark into the slot. Swing pass right side, competed to Clark. Clark double teamed and brought down by Batten. One of the defenders was high and Lang. Down low was once again Batten, and you could flip-flop them, but it's only a gain of about a yard. Third and goal to the 3-yard line now.
Yeah, they're going to give him 1, but I think that was pretty generous because that was a great tackle by those 2 defenders out there.
That was a great job teaming up that time to make the stop when it looked like he was just trying to break through. So third down and goal from the 3-yard line, now from the right hash mark. Gladbrook-Reinbeck leading 7-6. 2 receivers to the left this time. That's the far side of the field, and they continue in pistol formation. So on third down and goal from the 3, Maythorn's going to run the option. Keeps it himself, goes right side, standing in for the score. So Maythorn kept the option by himself. Goes in from 3 yards out. It's 2 touches, 2 scores for the Rebels. They lead 13-6.
Yeah, just a little different look. That's the first time we've seen Maythorn carry the ball and had the option there to pitch it, so the defender kind of was, indecisive on who he wanted to take on that. Maythorn able to step in and get the touchdown.
And Maythorn goes to hold for the kicker Utter for the PAT. There's the snap, spot is down, the kick is up. Lang just about got to it, but just missed it. PAT is good. So with 3:04 left in the opening act, 14-6 is our score. It is Gladbrook-Reinbeck leading Edco.
Scooters Coffee in Manchester offers a variety of coffees, smoothies, blenders, and breakfast food products served all day long. Scooters Coffee offers fast and friendly service, too. In a hurry? Use the Scooters Coffee app to order, pay, and earn rewards. Simply stop at the drive-thru window and pick up your order. Scooters Coffee is open Monday through Saturday, 5:30 a.m. till 8 p.m. and Sunday, 6 a.m. till 8 p.m. We look forward to seeing you at Scooters Coffee in Manchester.
Edco Playoff Football is brought to you in part by The Edgewood Reminder, Wolfie's Retreat Dog Grooming, Boarding, and Daycare in Manchester, Del Clay Farm Equipment, your Kawasaki dealer in Edgewood, Nutrien Ag Solutions, Leonard Muller Funeral Home and Crematory in Manchester, Edgewood, and Strawberry Point, Kendrick Forest Products, buyers of standing timber, Edgewood Farm and Home, Community Insurance with offices in Edgewood and Delhi, Blooms Flowers Gifts and more in Edgewood, and by Northeast Iowa Subdrains in Strawberry Point. Gladbrook-Reinbeck to kick it away, and this ball sails into the end zone once again. Lang goes back there, catches it again 5 yards deep, and Edco brings it out to the 15-yard line as it's 14-6. Mathern, a 3-yard run, utters PAT. He's 2 for 2. And again, Gladbrook-Reinbeck leads 14-6. You're concerned about Gladbrook-Reinbeck special teams, but obviously they are concerned about Edco special teams and the job they can do returning kicks.
They've got dangerous return mans, and I think the number one man that they're worried about is Christopher Lang. He's got plenty of returns.
Yeah, he's got 2 touchdown returns this season. First down, 10 yards to go. Receiver split left and right. Second touch of the football for the Vikings. They run the option right side. Stagger keeps it, gets across the 15-yard line. He'll slide out to about the 18-yard line. Never really brought down as he stood up at the 19-yard line, and it's a 4-yard gain on first down. Second down, 6 yards to go.
Yeah, about a 4-yard gain there for Stagger, so some positive gains. I still think the guys up front, they got to get a little bit more push to get a little more room so they can get to those linebackers instead of being tackled by those down linemen.
Yeah, 4-yard pickup, so second down and 6 to go for the Vikings. Again, a breezy night, but I think the wind's kind of died down a little bit.
Yeah, it's not blown quite as strong, but it's still, that's what's making it feel a little cold. Put a little chill in you, but hasn't stopped the Edco faithful. They filled up the other side.
A tremendous crowd here for both these teams tonight. Snap, they run it with Ingles, and Ingles across the 20-yard line. He'll go up the middle, first down yardage as he bounced to the right side across the 25-yard line, 26-yard line. Ingles will get you those tough yards, and it's 1st and 10.
Yeah, his first touch, and that's good for 7 yards and a first down. So kind of a similar running style to Gladbrook-Reinbeck's. He's a little lower to the ground, but not quite as bulky, so a little more elusive there, able to skirt around inside of the defense.
So first down, 10 yards to go for the Vikings, trailing by a score of 14-6. And there's plenty of seating on the visitor side, and it is full of Edco people. Plus the fence line lined up as well. Back to Stagger. He's going to run it. Left side trying to get to the 25-yard line. He does get across, but it's quickly closed down. Nice open field tackle by Heron. Also there in run support was Gutnick. It's only a pickup of about a yard, and it's second down, 9 yards to go. They seem to be focusing on Stagger and running the football.
Yeah, they definitely know where he's at when he's got the ball, because these Gladbrook-Reinbeck Rebels are flocking to him pretty quickly, and their athleticism is really showing on the defensive end.
So a 1-yard pickup. Stagger again gets the play from the sideline, runs about almost all the way to the sideline to get the play, but that's all right. Play clock's at 12. They've got plenty of time to get the snap off here. 2 receivers to the right, single receiver to the left side, and they are going to throw the football with Stagger. Stagger looking right side, he's looking long, and that pass for Miller. Miller goes deep. The ball is thrown back at his shoulder at the 25-yard line. Miscommunication there on that one. That ended up being underthrown by about 10 yards, but Miller was running deep, and it's third down and 9 yards to go on the long incompletion.
Well, and if you look at the play, I guess you could say Miller did have a step on his defender, but that ball was thrown more to the sideline instead of upfield, so falls way short of anybody able to catch that ball.
And maybe a deep out that time where they were trying to get Miller towards the corner. Meanwhile, third down, a long situation for the Vikings. 2 receivers to the right, single receiver to the left. Back to Stagger. Stagger to throw the football again. Flush steps up, now looking to run. He's across the 30-yard line. Stagger keeps his legs churning across the 35-yard line to the 38-yard line. He had Heron behind him, just kind of drag him down. And Stagger with the head of steam, they convert 3rd and 9 for first down yardage.
Yeah, needed 9, got about 11. Great run there by Stagger, dragging defenders along with him. That's the hard running that they're going to have tonight.
And again, Stagger has rushed 76 times is what he's completed pass-wise. He's rushed 91 times on the season.
Over 1,000 yards rushing, so definitely able to handle it.
First down, 10 yards to go. They operate from the right hash mark. Maybe our final play of the quarter. Ingles in motion. They run the football right side with Stagger. Stagger inside Gladbrook-Reinbeck territory. He's down the far sideline. 20, 10, gone. Touchdown. Got it. 42-yard run from Jack Stagger. That is his 20th touchdown of the season. And it's 14-12, Vikings back within 2.
Yeah, it looked like it was going to be a minimal gain there, maybe about a 7-8 gain, but got past the defender on the outside there. And once he got into that secondary, turned on the Jets, made one miss, and went right up the sideline for a 42-yard touchdown.
So both teams 2 touches and 2 touchdowns. And now the important conversion with 18 seconds left here in what is quarter number 1. So offensive fireworks here early. Two receivers to the left, receiver to the right. And again, Stagger has Ingalls behind him as Batten goes in motion from right to left. They're going to run the football with Stagger, trying to spin away, but it's shut down back at the 5-yard line. Shut down by Kel Blom and a host of other Gladbrook-Reinbeck players. They send everybody to the right, try to cut it back to the left. The conversion fails. 14-12, Gladbrook-Reinbeck still in the lead. Let's take this break.
Northern Country Co-op and Viafield are now Nexus Cooperative, your full-service ag partner, supplying all your agronomy, energy, feed, grain, and lumber needs. Our highly knowledgeable and experienced team utilizes the latest technology in feed manufacturing, agronomy services, precision ag, plant and animal nutrition, energy products, and grain marketing to keep our customers ahead of the rest. Stop in today at any of our 26 locations across northern Iowa and southern Minnesota, or visit us online at nexus.coop.
It's back to school time and the fall sports season is underway. Hi, this is Dr. Jessica Wilkie of Family Dentistry Associates of Monona. We have lots to celebrate over here with the excitement of back to school and the recent wedding of our doctors Chase and Daphne Bruner. Dr. Mark Foey and myself would like to extend them congratulations and wish all our area students and athletes good luck this fall. We welcome new patients and look forward to seeing you at your next dental appointment.
So a touchdown run there, Jack Stagger, 42-yard run, but the conversion run fails, and that's the difference in our ball game right now, as it's 14-12. Rebels lead the Vikings. Miller to launch it away. Heron's going to get a shot at the 10-yard line. He brings it up the left hash mark. Heron across the 20-yard line, 25-yard line. He'll push it across the 30-yard line to near the 35-yard line, where it's first down, 10 yards to go. Miller, who kicked off, made that tackle special team-wise. Decent field position, though, for Gladbrook-Reinbeck. They mark it at the 36.
Yeah, good. They've had good field position their first three possessions. First one in Edco territory, their own 25, and now their own 36. So they've had a nice start for all of their drives. Haven't been stopped defensively yet. The Vikings need to try to figure out a way to slow down this offense.
So first down, 10 yards to go, 12 seconds left in our opening quarter, by the way. And on this play, they're going to run it. Mathern's going to keep it around right side. He's across midfield inside Edco territory, down to the 37-yard line. 7-yard pickup on first down. In the opening quarter comes to an end. We expect a good one, and it's being delivered right now. Gladbrook-Reinbeck 14, Edco 12. You're listening to high school football from KCTN Sports.
Stronger, farther, faster. It all starts with good nutrition. Clayton County Farm Bureau is proud of our livestock farmers who provide high-quality protein needed to fuel our young athletes. The ultimate pre- and post-game fuel-up can be found in meat and dairy foods grown right here. Meat and dairy are natural sources of essential vitamins that support health, energy, and performance. We know our student athletes are the real deal, and Iowa's livestock farmers are committed to helping them reach their goals. To learn more, visit realfarmers.realfood.realmeat.com.
Edco Playoff Football is brought to you in part by Silver Edge Cooperative in Edgewood, Strawberry Point, and Delhi. Citizen State Bank of Monticello, Hopkinton, Ryan, Manchester, Winthrop, Strawberry Point, Springville, and New Vienna. Member FDIC and Equal Housing Lender. Edgewood Convalescent Home and Lincolnwood Assisted Living. J&J Land Solutions in Edgewood. Rockwire Appliance and TV, the home of quality service with the lowest price guaranteed in Prairie du Chien, Waukon, Decorah, and Viroqua. And Elkader Chiropractic Center, Dr. Jamie Hammersland. Again, our score 14-12 at the end of quarter number one. It is Gladbrook-Reinbeck inside Edco territory as we start the quarter here at the 37-yard line. And it's second down, 3 yards to go for the Rebels. They operate from that right hash mark with two receivers lined up to the left side. Heron is behind the quarterback Mathern. They stay in pistol position as Clark goes in motion from left to right. Now spins and goes behind the running back Heron. To throw the football is Mathern. Mathern looking left side. He's looking deep. That's Heron. And that ball sails out of bounds. 10-yard line. Sailed out of bounds with that wind and Lang the coverage, but ended up near the out-of-bounds marker at the 10-yard line. They tried to get Heron lined up deep left side, and it's 3rd and 3.
And you're throwing that ball with the wind there because we talked about it being a crosswind. So the farther you throw it downfield, the more it's going to carry. That thing carried out of bounds probably about 6-7 yards, so you're going to have to throw that more to the middle of the field.
So third down, we'll call it. 3 yards to go. Gladbrook-Reinbeck in every third down situation, and there hasn't been many in this ball game, but they have been third and short. and certainly in 4-down territory here from the 37-yard line. 2 receivers now lined up right side. Clark goes in motion again. They run the option left side. Mathern goes right. First down as he tumbles ahead inside the 35-yard line. Worked his way to the 33-yard line. Again, a lot of window dressing to the left. He ran it right side behind his guard.
Yeah, and able to easily pick that up there. Just kind of sidestepping the first defender and falling forward. He's got that long frame, so Mathern able to fall forward at an easy first down.
So 1st and 10 to the 34-yard line is where it's officially spotted. I'll call it the 33-yard line, but a fresh set of downs for Gladbrook-Reinbeck. This is their 3rd touch. Both teams are 2 for 2 on their drives. This time, receivers split left and right. Mathern motioning over to Clark to move him into the slot. Toss play left side. That is again Heron. Heron gets down to the 30-yard line. Stood up there by the Vikings. There's a flag down as he goes inside the 30-yard line to the 29-yard line. Jaden Miller, one of the Vikings in on that play. Picks up initially, it looks like 4 yards at least, probably closer to 5. But maybe we have a holding call in the area of where the flag is thrown.
Yeah, and then this is signaled against Gladbrook-Reinbeck.
So Chris Holford, our head official. We could have hitched a ride with those guys.
We could have. Same area there, but they're going to back up the Rebels here with that penalty. That's going to be a 10-yard penalty. Had to have been a hold.
Yeah, and it occurred at about where the end of the run was. So they'll mark it from the 30-yard line back to the 40-yard line. It's still first down, but now it's first down and 17 yards to go for the Rebels. That is our first penalty of this ballgame.
Yeah, pretty clean that first quarter, but first penalty here and puts the Rebels a little farther behind on first down. But with this offense, they're going to be able to pick up big gains pretty easily if Edco doesn't make some changes here.
So first down, 17 yards to go. 3 receivers bunched up to the right. Mathern now will move it back into the backfield with him there in Bloem. Meanwhile, before this play gets going, it is Gladbrook-Reinbeck wanting a timeout. So the first timeout of the game taken by the Rebels. 14-12, they have the lead. Let's take this break.
When I started out in the car business, my dad gave me some good advice. Hi, it's Forrest Brown with the Brown's family of dealerships. What my dad told me is when you sell someone their first car, you need a good sales department. But if you expect to sell them their 2nd, 3rd, and 4th car, you better have a great service department. Visit any one of the Brown's family of dealerships in Guttenberg, Elkader, West Branch, or Victory Ford in Dyersville and find out why Brown's is your hometown dealer, no matter where your hometown may be.
At Freedom Bank, we're more than a bank. We're 100% employee-owned and proud to be part of the communities we serve. Our home equity line of credit is a smart, flexible way to use the equity you've built in your home. Whether it's home improvements, tuition, or unexpected expenses, Freedom Bank empowers success with local lenders you know and trust. Visit us today and let's build your future together. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender. All loans are subject to credit approval.
First down, 17 yards to go. Timeout taken by the Rebels. And again, back to the pistol formation now. And they'll send a receiver, Clark, from right to left. Now they are going to run the ball with Mathern. Mathern across the 35-yard line. Correction, inside the 25-yard line, close to it anyway. As he brings it left side from the 40-yard line, we'll push him back 5 yards, put him back to the original line of scrimmage, basically. And it's second down, 10 yards to go.
Yeah, about a 7-yard gain there. So they had lost yardage on that holding call, but able to pick those 7 yards back up. So we'll be 2nd and 10 here. And Edco defense tackling the ball that time. That was a nice tackle. Had a hold of the ball that Mathern was carrying. He's able to hold on to it, but we'll see if that changes a little bit here if they try to strip the ball.
Second down, 10 yards to go. Mathern's a quarterback that runs the ball just like Stagger, but Stagger, again, they're both quick, but Stagger obviously a little shorter, but certainly quicker. Mathern looking long. He's got a receiver wide open, tiptoeing the sideline at the 10-yard line. It's Gutnick, but he's out of bounds. It is incomplete. He tried to tiptoe near in the 8-yard line. In on the coverage was Lang, but he was wide open, and it's third down, 10 yards to go.
Yeah, and that had to have been close over there. Official right on top of it, but that had to have been close because that wind would have kept that ball in play, and he had turned the opposite way of Lang, so he had nobody going after that ball besides him, just not able to stay in bounds and make that catch.
So third and long, obviously the Rebels, 4-down territory here as they operate from the 33-yard line. Vikings looking to get a situation where they can force them into a 4th and long. Meanwhile, Clark goes in motion. Mathern is going to run up the middle with Heron. Heron left side. He'll get down to the 30-yard line. Looked like a hole, but it was quickly closed down. Miller and Stagger converge in that area. 4th down for Gladbrook-Reinbeck. A 4-yard pickup on that run.
Yeah, not as much as it looked like it was going to be. So a good pursuit by the linebackers there for Edco in making this fourth, and a little bit longer than maybe what Gladbrook-Reinbeck wants to deal with.
Yeah, and that's not fourth and short, fourth and mid-range, 9.5 left in the half. Fourth down and goal from the 6-yard line, or actually fourth and 6, I should say, at the 29-yard line. And they have 3 receivers lined up to the right side. So on fourth down, obviously it's a go for it here with Gladbrook-Reinbeck. There's the snap back to Maythorn. Maythorn to throw the football, now steps up looking to run, but he's going to be brought down for a loss of yardage. Hoffman in that area, staking in that area. Also there as well, Lang. And it's going to be a huge stop defensively for Edco. And again, Stelkin, I should say, in that area. 1st and 10 for the Vikings.
Yeah, that turnover on downs there, and had 3 receivers out on patterns. They were well covered. Maythorn tried to pick it up with his feet and not able to step up in that pocket because linebackers had collapsed that around him.
Yeah, mixed up stagger. Stelkin there.
Stelkin, yeah, we get it.
Outstanding job there by Edco defensively. And I wonder if Maythorn, if that wasn't maybe the look they were looking for, to try to get him to run up the middle there, spreading the field out.
Possibly, but I think at first he was just trying to step up around the pocket, and that pocket collapsed pretty fast because of those guys up front for the Edco defense.
So our first stop of the game comes from Edco defensively. And as we mentioned, this is what they did so well much of the season, but really last week against Turkey Valley. First down, 10 yards to go. 3rd touch of the football game for Edco. Ingalls is to the right there of, once again, Stagger. Stagger to throw the football left side. It is caught by Lang. Lang on the sideline, steps out of bounds across the 35-yard line to the 37-yard line. They've had some success, the under route there, and it's 2nd down, 3 yards to go.
Yeah, that little underneath and able to get it in the hands of their guys right away and see what they can do with it. Just ran out of real estate there, was Lang at the sideline.
And actually, they do give him 7 yards on that, so it's marked at the 37-yard line. 2nd down, 3 yards to go for the Vikings. And now you have a bunch formation to the right side of the line with Miller. Also there is Lang on the right side of the line. Stagger alone in the backfield. He's going to bring it right side across the 40-yard line. He stood up there. He'll fall across the 40. Just inside, and it's close enough for a first down. They say move the chains, needed 3, picked up 3.5, and it's 1st and 10 for the Vikings at midfield.
Yeah, it looked like he might not be able to pick that up, but then able to spin a little bit, fall backwards across that line, and they said, yep, that's enough, give him the first down.
So the Vikings, 3rd trip in a row, they've been inside Gladbrook-Reinbeck territory. First down, 10 yards to go, clock at 8:45 and counting here at the first half. It seems so strange not following other games tonight, doesn't it?
Well, there's only 3 other games in the state. They're all the 8-man games, and everybody else plays tomorrow night.
First down, 10 yards to go. 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Ingalls goes in motion. Swing pass right side. It is caught by Lang. Lang, nope, he did not dig it off the ground. It was throwing low. He was open. They were actually bringing Lang over as an extra blocker. It's going to be 2nd down, 10 yards to go. And they're normally so good because Stagger tends to throw that ball to Lang in stride. That one just thrown low.
Yeah, thrown a little low, but a lot of times Lang will take that step back and catch the ball going forward. Steger does a nice job of leading him so he can get ahead of steam, and he had a couple blockers downfield, but not able to come up with the catch.
So 2nd down, 10 yards to go. 2 receivers to the left here for the Vikings, and receiver to the right. Stagger fakes the underpass. He's looking long. He's looking for Batten. Down at the 5-yard line. It's underthrown. There's a flag. It's pass interference. Maythorn made contact as the ball a little underthrown, and that's going to give the Vikings a first down. Again, they're going to take their shots in this game.
Well, and that was a good shot to take, and I think the only thing that the defender did wrong is he never turned to look. He just kind of jumped into the receiver, and Batten did a nice job trying to come back for that ball and wasn't able to get to it. That flag came out right away. That was a no-doubter.
So a pass interference penalty moves Edco deeper inside Gladbrook-Reinbeck territory to the 25-yard line. So it would have been 3rd and 10, but now a fresh set of downs.
Yeah, fresh set of downs, and a drive continues here, and a nice time-consuming, methodical drive for the Vikings so far.
First down, 10 yards to go from the 25-yard line. Stagger is going to boot it right side, trying to get to the edge. 25-yard line, that's a long way to go, and only picks up about a yard to the 24-yard line, stretched out well defensively, and that is Gutnick among the Rebels making the play. 2nd down, 9 yards to go. Going to fight for every yard in this game tonight, I believe.
Well, and the Rebels really strung that one out. The Vikings had those extra blockers there, but just not enough to account for that last guy, and able to get Steger with just a gain of about a half a yard is all.
So, So 2nd down, we'll call it 9 yards to go. Steger gets the call from the sideline. And again, we mentioned there are 3 other games going on tonight, but the semifinal pairings won't be announced till later tonight. They have to let the games play out to see who's playing who in the semifinals. 2nd down, 9 yards to go. Stagger rolls out to the right. Now flush back. He's going to be dropped for a loss. Could not evade the tackle of Cale Bloom. It's a loss back to the 30-yard line. They were looking to take a deep shot there as he rolled to the right, but it quickly closed down. And that's going to make it 3rd down, 15 yards to go, back to the 30-yard line.
And here's the Vikings in a 3rd and long, not where they want to be, but I think they're definitely in 4-down territory. They can pick up even half of this. I think they're going to feel a little more comfortable, but 3rd and 15, you got to get that ball down the field somehow.
So 3rd down, long situation. At least work your way to make it 4th and manageable if you can. Inside 7 minutes left in the half. Stagger to throw the football again. Looking over the middle, nothing. Now flush it out, and he's not able to get away. He's going to be dropped for another loss. Back at the 38-yard line. Number 14, Gavin Blakesley makes the sack. Again, nothing open downfield. Stagger ends up losing yardage back to the 36-yard line, and the Vikings are going to have to punt the football away here.
Yeah, they're going to have to. This is just tough to overcome. They've got enough room here. I would expect them to punt this away on 4th and 21 from midfield.
So it is Gladbrook-Reinbeck defensively getting the stop after Edco forced Gladbrook-Reinbeck to be stopped on downs. So Stagger to punt it away, and again, they haven't punted much at all this year. And nobody is back here for Gladbrook-Reinbeck. That's kind of common. And Stagger, a good high punt, but this ball is going to ricochet at the 5-yard line, goes towards the end zone area, and bounces near side. This might be on a bounce at the 1, and it is. Stagger, way to pin it in there. 35-yard punt to the coffin corner, and it's 1st and 10 for Gladbrook-Reinbeck at their own 1-yard line.
And he's done that a couple of times, but what a great time for that to happen, because you pin Gladbrook deep in their own territory, about the half-yard line. That thing kicked out of bounds right at the right spot.
So 1st down, 10 yards to go, 6:05 left in the half. Gladbrook-Reinbeck, obviously, they've started usually at their 20, 25-yard line or better on their drives. This is their 4th drive. Both teams have scored on their first 2 drives, and both teams stopped on their 3rd drives. So it's 1st down, 10 yards to go here from their own 1-yard line. They'll stay out of pistol formation. Heron is behind Mathern, the quarterback. They send a receiver in motion in Clark. There's the snap. They run it with, number 9 and Heron. Heron gets out to the 5-yard line, picks up 4 yards. Close to it anyway, and it's 2nd down, 6 yards to go. Play it safe to the vest on 1st down.
Well, safe to the vest, but a 5-yard gain, so they got away from the shadow of that end zone a little bit. Give the ball to number 9. He's been consistent for you all year long.
You know, the advantage of an 80-yard field, you don't have to go as far. It's not a 99-yard drive. But they're hoping to go 79 yards. So receiver split left and right. Little breathing room now for Gladbrook-Reinbeck. And the snap back to Mathern. Swing pass right side, caught by Clark. Clark gets around the edge. He'll pick up yardage across the 10-yard line, steps out of bounds. 12-yard line, did a good job fighting off the defender as it was one-on-one coverage that time. And ball's in on the coverage, but 1st down for Gladbrook-Reinbeck out to the 17-yard line.
Yeah, about a 7-yard gain there for Clark, and a good run after the catch to pick up that 1st down.
You know, we were talking pregame, both these teams so similar. I mean, there's plenty of speed on both sides. Again, they're 2 of the top 6 teams in the 8-man game, and they're not afraid to throw it short if they need to, but they'll take their deep shots when they can. 1st down, 10 yards to go. Mathern is going to run it with Heron. Heron trying to get to the edge, 15-yard line. He's in the open, and this is going to be a race. Giving chase is Batten. Down the near sideline is Heron. Batten dives for him and comes up short. This is a running play that goes 68 yards for Heron. There's a big play by Gladbrook-Reinbeck, now up 20-12.
Yeah, he just able to bounce that out, and you saw Carter Batten give it his effort, but not able to catch any heels or anything, and a 68-yard touchdown run, and you can see why Heron is the guy that they were worried about, because he put on the Jets that time.
Here is the PAT by Utter to try to make it a 2-score game. And Gladbrook-Reinbeck with a big rush there from Heron. Mathern to hold, and a long count there. There's the snap, able to handle it. Kick up by Utter, high enough, long enough, put it on the board. 5:16 left in the half, 21-12, Gladbrook-Reinbeck in the lead.
This is Chris Holbert, General Manager of Hall Robertson Incorporated in Postville. We would like to wish the area student athletes both a safe and successful sports season. We have been a community-based company since 1864, servicing and supporting the area ag industry with products necessary for daily success. We look forward to continuing to serve and support both the ag industry and high school athletes in our surrounding communities. Thank you and good luck from the families at Hall Roberts Son.
Edco Playoff Football is brought to you in part by Innovative Ag Services in Elkader, Monona, and Waukon, Norby's Farm Fleet in Northeast Iowa, Guttenberg Municipal Hospital and Clinic. Check out career opportunities at guttenberghospital.org. Rivals Inc. Custom Gear, Screen Printing, Embroidery, and online shopping at rivalsinc.com. Bruins and James Insurance, your Grinnell Mutual agent in Monona. Furniture Showcase in Allwine, lighting showroom, flooring, furniture, and window treatments. And by Bacon Concrete in Postville. 68-yard run by Trayvon Heron. The PAT by Utter makes it 21-12. Gladbrook-Reinbeck in the lead. Utter with another deep kick. This will go back into the end zone. Hit on the back line. It is a touchback, and it comes out to the 15-yard line. First down, 15 yards to go. Gladbrook-Reinbeck just went 79 yards on that drive. Heron looked like it was going to be just a solid gain up the middle, but able to get through. And again, we mentioned the speed that both these teams have. Batten did everything he could to try to chase him down.
Yeah, Batten's one of the quicker guys out there and did what he could, had a good angle of pursuit, but Heron just able to outrun the pursuit and goes in for the score.
So first down, 10 yards to go for the Vikings. They try to answer. Plenty of time left in our first half from their own 15-yard line. Two receivers to the left, two to the right. Alone in the backfield is Stagger. Stagger to throw the football left side. That pass caught near side, actually by Miller, but Miller could not hang it in at the 20-yard line. He caught it initially, but could not corral it as he stepped out of bounds on the far side of the 20-yard line. It's incomplete. Second down, 10 yards to go.
That would have been a nice little gain there for Jaden Miller if he would have held on to that, but he made the catch, was stepping out of bounds, and then dropped the ball, so he never finished that catch, so they're going to say incomplete, go 2nd and 10.
So 2nd down and 10 for the Vikings as they try to answer, down by 9 points here in our first half with 5:10 to go in our first half. Now you've got a bunch formation, a receiver to the left, that may be Lang, 3 receivers to the right side. Stagger again alone in the backfield, fakes the throw underneath, looking to screen play, and is throwing short, trying to dive back and catch it as Miller never really got going. He had Ingles out front to block, but it was pretty well defensed by Gladbrook-Reinbeck, and that pass again throwing short. It is 3rd down, 10 yards to go, and now I believe the Vikings want a timeout. Big 3rd down coming up. 5:06 left here in the half. 21-12, Gladbrook-Reinbeck in the lead. The Woodland Eye Clinic in Elkader and West Union are proud sponsors of high school sports. We are committed to bringing our patients the highest level of total eye care with detailed one-on-one attention. Our offices offer the newest technology and equipment with a professional team of experienced staff that is committed to you. Call us today for your next total eye care appointment. The Woodland Eye Clinic in Elkader and West Union supports all of our local athletes taking the field or court this season. Quick timeout here. Again, it's 3rd down, 10 yards to go. Vikings using their first timeout of this ball game.
Yeah, just want to regroup here because they had 2 pass plays that happened to both be to Jaden Miller. The one he wasn't able to reel in there on the sideline, and then that little dump pass over the middle, just a little short. So maybe give Stegger a chance to regroup, catch his breath, and figure out what you're going to do here 3rd and long to try to pick this up.
So now 3rd down. Again, it is 10 yards to go for the Vikings. Their previous drive, they get inside Gladbrook-Reinbeck territory, but ended up being pushed back to midfield, trying to keep this drive alive. 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Again, Stagger alone in the backfield. Looks like a throwing down likely here for the Vikings. Ingles goes in motion, comes in as an extra blocker. To throw it left side is Stagger. Now steps up, trying to run. Maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage. He won't even get there. Doesn't get to the 10-yard line. It is defensed well. Garrett Gable making the tackle. And it's a loss back to the 10-yard line. It is 4th down, 15 yards to go. And another kicking situation here for the Vikings. They're going to have to punt it away.
Yeah, they're going to have to punt this back to the Rebels. And they didn't want to do that. They did that in the last possession. They wanted to try to get it downfield, maybe threaten to score again, but have to punt it away.
Stagger stands back at his goal line, and Clark is back to receive for Gladbrook-Reinbeck. He'll catch it at the 31-yard line, brings it across the left side now to the 40-yard line inside Edco territory. Tackled there by Piersbacher. There's a flag thrown in as it's to the 38-yard line. Are they going to see that Piersbacher threw him down?
Suplexed him? I don't know if that's what they're going to call, but That's got to be the only thing that happened there, and I thought he did a nice job of wrapping him up and taking him down.
So the penalty, let's see what it is. Nobody moving yet, but it is going to be a personal foul. It is against Edco, and that's going to put Gladbrook-Reinbeck inside further into Edco territory. They'll be inside the 25-yard line now here.
Yeah, that's going to be a 15-yard penalty, so that was costly there at the end if that was against Piersbacher on the tackle.
So, again, a huge break for Gladbrook-Reinbeck, and he brought him down there, but I guess there was some turning and throwing him to the ground.
Lifted him off the ground, and then when he turned, I guess the combination of what he did, they said, nope, that's by the letter of the law, that's the rule.
So first down, 10 yards to go with the Rebels leading 21-12. And they are back to pistol formation, and they are going to run it. Maythorn's going to keep it around right side. He's inside the 25-yard line. Maythorn near first down yardage, just outside the right hash mark. Leans ahead. He's got it. Down inside the 15-yard line. And again, Gladbrook-Reinbeck threatening here with the score 21-12.
Well, and this is where you need to lean on your defense if you're the Vikings. This is where they've been so good, is inside the red zone and bend not break, and they haven't had that stop that they needed yet tonight inside the red zone. This is what they need. If they can force out on downs or if they can force a turnover of some sort, they need something to go their way right here.
Vikings were strong earlier in this ball game, making a stop inside their own territory. They'll have to do it again here in this drive. Two receivers to the left. Maythorn is going to move the wide receiver, Clark, into the slot. They're going to throw it left side. That pass, it is caught by Clark, and he's just able to step outside, loses his footing inside the 15-yard line. Nice open field tackle there. I believe Stelkin in that area. Only a gain of a yard. Second down, 9 yards to go. That never really got going, did it?
It didn't. They brought him in, a little bit of motion to get him inside, got him the ball, lost his footing, and I don't think they're going to move the sticks on him here, so they're going to say no gain on that catch.
It goes as a completed pass, but nothing doing. So second down, we'll call it 10. Two receivers to the right. We approach the 3-minute mark here in our half, and it is going to be here now, second down and 10. They will move again, Clark in motion from right to left, and they're going to run the football and hit in the backfield, and throwing back for a loss is Heron. There once again is number 44 in William Hoffman. Hoffman among the tackle leaders. It's a TFL, tackle for loss, and it's third down and now 13 yards to go.
Well, and that's maybe the spark that the defense needs there is Billy Hoffman, who's been doing a great job all year long, but found a spark, got through, got Heron in the backfield before he's able to get those legs a churning.
So third down, we'll call it long. Two receivers to the left. It is 12 yards to go officially. And they will send a wide receiver in motion in Gutnick. And to throw the football, Maythorn, screen pass, tunnel screen left side. And catching it there is Clark. But quickly, Lang up on the secondary, able to trip him up. Takes the feet out from underneath. Maybe a yard, if that, defensed well. Fourth down again for Gladbrook-Reinbeck. And it's fourth down, and it's still 12 yards to go.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to give him any gain on that one either. So good open field tackle there by Lang to able to prevent any more gains.
We'll go inside 2 minutes left in the half. Edco trying to get a stop here and maybe a chance to double up. They get the ball to start.
At Top Gun Customs, we know that cars are complicated. We can handle all the
welcome
complex
back
new
here.
features of
Again, Gladbrook-Reinbeck throws it left side, right side rather. It is caught on 4th and 12, completed, I believe, to
Clark.
Clark. Clark catches it. Sorry, we lost the signal for a second. He's inside the 5-yard line to the 4-yard line, and it's first and goal.
Yeah, 14-yard gain there, so Clark gets another reception and a big pickup there for the Rebels.
So again, it was 4th and 12, but they are able to convert. And for the Rebels, they keep the drive going. So leading 21-12, they get a huge completion. And again, Clark in motion, right to left. They're going to run it jet sweep left side. Clark gets the handoff near the goal line as he hugs that hash mark. He'll be stopped short of the 1. Miller in on the play, but it's still a 3-yard pickup. The other thing is Gladbrook-Reinbeck starting to eat the clock inside 90 seconds left in the half. And you know they're going to try to bleed this down as much as they can. Vikings have 2 timeouts. We'll see how they handle this.
Yeah, we'll see if they can get maybe a stop for loss here if they burn one of those timeouts, hoping to maybe get the ball back.
So second down and goal, officially at the 1-yard line. Heron is behind the quarterback there in Maythorn. 2 receivers to the left. And on second down and goal, Maythorn toss play to Heron, trying to get around edge, able to shake off a defender. Diving for him, goes in right side for the touchdown. Steger had a dive attempt at him, but just could not close it down. And it is a rushing touchdown of 1 yard out. And that is Heron with his 3rd touchdown of the half. 27-12, Gladbrook-Reinbeck in the lead.
Yeah, that Steger had a chance at him there, and you can see the frustration as he punches the ground. He thought maybe he could catch his feet there, but Heron able to step out of that and go in for the touchdown.
So here is the PAT by Utter. The kick is up high enough, long enough, put it on the board. 1:01 left in the half. 28-12 is our score. You're listening to high school football on KCTN, Garnavillo, Elkader, Iowa. Hey sports fans, take a time out to call Garms Financial Services for all your insurance needs. Whether you need auto, home, farm, health, crop, or business insurance, Garms Financial Services and Grinnell Mutual has you covered. You'll receive quality protection, expert advice, and local friendly service. Owner Brian Bugenhagen, along with his staff, look forward to serving all your insurance needs. Call them today for a free competitive quote. Garms Financial Services, located in Elkader and now also in Monona, your trusted choice agency.
Looking for the best suppressors with seamless service? Interested in helping protect your hearing or have questions on the NFA process? Head to Stronghold Corp, your one-stop shop for premium suppressors and unbeatable expertise. Whether you're a seasoned shooter or first-time buyer, we can get the best brands and latest models to fit your needs. Enjoy hassle-free eForms electronic fingerprint processing with our state-of-the-art Cerberus live scan system. Contact us today by heading to stronghold-corp.com for more information. Stronghold Corp, where silence meets precision.
Utter launches it away again, and this will go once again to the back of the end zone. It is a touchback. It is once again a 1 yard run by Heron. Utter is 4 for 4 on the PATs, and it's 28-12 our score. Gladbrook-Reinbeck in the lead. And the Vikings have 1:01 to work with. Again, they get the ball to start the second half. So they've got 2 timeouts to work with here, and this is a much-needed drive here for the Vikings to try to answer.
Well, and they can score quickly, and they can have those big plays, but they've been kind of far and few in between tonight so far.
So first down, 10 yards to go. Alone in the backfield is Steger, rolling out to the right to throw the football. Looking long, he's looking for Batten. Batten down midfield, dives for it out of his reach, near sideline at the 33-yard line. Maythorn in on the coverage. Not a bad throw at all by Steger to launch it down the field, but they do not connect, and it's 2nd and 10.
Yeah, and he had a step on him. The ball hung just a little long for him, and that gave the other defender a chance to come over, and I think the combination of those two made it tough for Batten to pull that in.
So 2nd down, 10 yards to go. Your biggest fear is you go 3 and out here, and then you give Gladbrook-Reinbeck an opportunity.
Yeah, you don't want that. You want to hook up with a receiver here, keep the ball in bounds, get it downfield.
But you need to stay aggressive, no doubt about that, especially in the 8-man game. Bunch formation to the left, Steger to throw the football again, left side, that pass caught, that's Miller. Miller steps across the 20-yard line, short of the first down, at about the 23-yard line, but an 8-yard pickup there on a quick out route on the left side.
Well, and more importantly, Miller got out of bounds, so they're going to stop the clock here and have them reset things after stepping out.
All right, they'll give him a pickup of about 7 on that, and it's going to be a 3rd down situation nonetheless for the Vikings. So 48 seconds to work with. They're at the 22-yard line officially. So a 3rd down situation. And the Vikings can still run the football here in a short situation. And I say that because Engels is in the backfield now as they are out of, once again, pistol formation. But Steger to throw the football. Looking left side, steps up, bobbles, now looks left side. He's got Miller. Miller bounced off his shoulder at the 30-yard line. Late closing speed there by Maythorn. It is incomplete. Miller would have made a nice catch up near the shoulder area, but a bit behind him. It would have been at the 30-yard line, but instead it's incomplete. It's 4th and 3.
Well, 4th and 3 deep in your own territory with 40 seconds left. You really don't want to give this ball back to the Rebels, but you also don't want to turn it over on downs this close to the end zone and give them a shot to go in the end zone.
Now, earlier in this ball game, they had the ball at their own 28-yard line and went for it on 4th and 2, but you're a little further inside of the 22-yard line, and it looks like they're going to go for it. So 4th down, 3 yards to go, receiver to the right side, and 2 halfbacks lined up offensively now. And Steger now going to move back, and actually Edco will take a timeout. Steger is going to go back. They were maybe looking to catch Gladbrook-Reinbeck, maybe leaning.
Yeah, they were hoping that maybe somebody would jump off sides, but no go there.
So it looks like the Vikings may be content to punt. as they are down to, I believe, one timeout is what they should have.
I believe they'll have one timeout left.
So the Vikings took that timeout, and that's indeed what they have. Coming up at the half, we'll talk with Edco music director Karsten Kolstedt will be your halftime start. Calderwood, sorry.
Calderwood, yep.
Too many C's involved.
A lot of C's. Karsten Calderwood, they're doing the musical next week, so he gets to talk about all those people.
And it was great to talk to him. We had a chance to talk with him earlier today. We'll talk about maybe what's coming up for the holidays as well for Edco.
Absolutely.
So that's coming up at the half. Meanwhile, 4th down, 3 yards to go after the Vikings using that timeout there. And Gladbrook-Reinbeck initially lined up in base defense there, stay honest, but now it looks like they will send Clark back to receive as he's just inside Edco territory. And the Vikings again line up with Stagger back at his own 10-yard line, and it looks like, yes, indeed, they are going to punt the football away with 40 seconds left here in the half. So they'll try to lean on their defense. And Stagger kind of moves up a little bit, takes the snap there, and that kick is blocked by Heron. Heron got through. It is blocked, and it goes out of bounds at the 30-yard line, just short of it. Heron got through. Stagger again had moved up a step or two, and there's a special teams play made by Gladbrook-Reinbeck. 34 seconds left in the half. They are to the 29-yard line. It is officially a 7-yard punt.
Yeah, that just had some disaster looking like it was going to happen. Stagger at least be able to kick it, partially blocked there, so it trickles 7 yards downfield. They got to lean on their defense here. Gladbrook-Reinbeck's going to take some shots, try to get some cheap points here right before half.
So your defense has to stand strong here, down 28-12. 2 receivers to the right. Heron is in once again behind Mathern, and Mathern runs the football with Heron, and he stood up at the line of scrimmage. Jaden Miller, nice job filling the hole. Gladbrook-Reinbeck quickly takes a timeout after forward progress of maybe a yard, if that. It is 2nd down, and we'll call it 9 yards to go. And again, we'll keep it right here during this timeout.
Yeah, took a timeout right away there to stop the clock. Nice tackle there by Jaden Miller, able to stop Heron before he gets his legs going. So Gladbrook-Reinbeck's got one more timeout. Edco has one timeout, so one each if they need them here. But Gladbrook-Reinbeck, boy, they'd love to get points, and if you're Edco, you got to keep them out of that end zone.
And by the way, there was no gain on that play, so it's 2nd down. It is 10 yards to go here now for the Rebels. But again, they're at the 28-yard line and still have one timeout to work with here. We mentioned this, that again, the Vikings get the ball to start the second half, so they'd love to get a key defensive stop here to stay in this ball game stride for stride.
Well, right now they're down 2 scores, and, in an 8-man game, that's easily overcomable, but you got to get a stop here. You really don't want to go into half down 3 scores.
So 2nd down and 10 as we return from the timeout, and it is once again Gladbrook-Reinbeck quickly running to the sideline is their receiver in Cale Bohm, and they would have had 9 players on the field, so he did not get into the huddle in time. Meanwhile, 2 receivers to the right. 2nd down, 10 yards to go. They continue in pistol formation. And on 2nd down and 10, Mathern, the quarterback, gets the snap there, and he's going to toss it. Nope, fake the toss. He's looking long. He's looking over the middle. Clark's got a step on his defender. Middle of the end zone, catches it. Touchdown, got it. Nice route run there by Clark. He got inside the coverage of Lang. With 22 seconds to go, a 28-yard pass play from Mathern to Clark. And it's now 34-12, Gladbrook-Reinbeck in the lead.
Yeah, that was a nice route there run by Clark. Kind of took the defender towards the sideline and then cut across the middle of the field. Had tons and tons of green there. So a nice throw by Mathern just to lead him, let him go catch the ball, take it in for the score.
And now here's the PAT by Utter. The kick is up, high enough, long enough. Put it on the... Oh, he missed it to the right. It is no good. A hesitant move from our official. 22 seconds left in the half. 34-12. Gladbrook-Reinbeck in the lead. Let's take this break.
Top Gun Customs knows you can fill the deer tag well out of season. If you've tagged that prize buck, pull up to the stoplight at Top Gun in Garnavillo. That's it. Bob and his technicians have been repairing vehicles for over 45 years. We write the estimates, take the photos, and deal with the insurance company for you to ensure your vehicle is repaired quickly and, most importantly, safely. We also have free loaners or rental vehicles. Call Bob or Nancy at Top Gun to schedule your repair today. 563-964-9899.
Inspiring changes to a happier, healthier you is what we do at Clayton Drug. We are committed to helping you achieve the highest quality of life possible. We are a full-service pharmacy offering services such as med packing to your home or mail delivery and online prescription refill. We also offer a cash pricing program on name brand and generic prescriptions. Call 563-245-2530 to find out more. Clayton Drug, connecting the communities of Elkader, Strawberry Point, and Sumner to serve us all in between.
They launch it away again, but this one's returnable. Lang picks it up near side 5-yard line. He'll bring it up the sideline across the 20-yard line, stacked up there at the 22-yard line, but only 16 seconds left in the half. Vikings would love any opportunity for Lang to get his hands on the ball, and a solid return there. But the Vikings, as we mentioned, get the ball to start the second half. It is a 28-yard pass play, Maythorn to Clark, and it's 34-12. Huge switch here in the final minute of the first half.
Yeah, and there must have been a flag. Looks like we got a block in the back, so the Vikings are going to back up a little bit farther to start this last drive with only 14 seconds.
Yeah, they'll go inside the 15-yard line, and they'll mark it down at the 11-yard line. So first down, 10 yards to go. Again, if you're the Vikings, you only have one timeout. Maybe you look to run a draw play, something like that. It may change your thinking, but again, you don't want another miscue happening deep inside your own territory.
No, and they may give some time, maybe try to get Lang downfield. You never know what they're going to do here.
So first down and 10. They're going to run it with Ingles. Ingles goes left side. He's across the 20-yard line. Ingles across the 25-yard line. Brought down there finally by Maythorn at the 30-yard line, but only 6 seconds left in the half. Not a bad idea. He nearly broke it. It's an 18-yard gain, and let's see if the Vikings decide to let the clock wind down here, or they're going to use their final timeout here now. With 6 seconds to go, they're going to take a timeout at their own 29-yard line.
Well, that was a huge gain by Ingles. A nice run, and that's only his second carry, but both of his carries have been good carries. Maybe now you think about taking a shot downfield and see if your receivers can outrun somebody.
And that tackle by Maythorn, again, that was in the secondary. He able to slide away from that. There's a chance for further yardage.
Yeah, absolutely. If he's able to shake Maythorn there with the secondary, boy, he had a lot of green grass there in front of him. So maybe the Vikings rethinking what they want to do now after that big game.
So again, they are out of timeouts now, but the clock stops once you go by the sticks. Now what they'll try to do here is, best case scenario would be maybe to run something short to midfield so you can take a shot to the end zone. You'd have to run it towards the sidelines, of course. But Stagger gets his own 25-yard line. 55 yards is what he'd have to put it in the air. That's a shot.
It's a shot, but, you know, if he can get his receivers in stride, if they can get behind the defense, I don't know if they can outrun the defense, but they might give it a shot here.
And Gladbrook-Reinbeck in a normal defense. And Stagger to throw the football, flushed out of the pocket right side, now looking to run. And again, Stagger's going to keep it, but he cannot get to the first down markers. Originally the line of scrimmage. Heron makes a nice open field tackle. He'll actually lose a yard, and that's how the first half comes to an end. So Gladbrook-Reinbeck scores 3 touchdowns in the second quarter. They have the lead at the half at 34-12. When we return, our halftime guest, and we'll have game stats and more. You're listening to High School Football from KCTN Sports.
Hi, this is Tara Fink, psychiatric mental health nurse practitioner. It's important to know what to say to those struggling with mental health concerns. Silence can make individuals feel even more alone. By starting a conversation, it lets them know you care, you're supportive, and that you're willing to listen. You can ask if they want to talk about it, if they're getting the care they need, and to tell you more about their feelings and thoughts. Just letting someone know that you're there to listen creates a much-needed supportive environment and helps reduce the negative stigma surrounding mental illness.
Exceptional caring people, Veterans Memorial.
Inspiring changes to a happier, healthier you is what we do at Clayton Drug. We are committed to helping you achieve the highest quality of life possible. We are a full-service pharmacy offering services such as med packing to your home or mail delivery and online prescription refill. We also offer a cash pricing program on name brand and generic prescriptions. Call 563-245-2530 to find out more. Clayton Drug, connecting the communities of Elkader, Strawberry Point, and Sumner to service all in between.
Hi, this is Cody from Torkelson Motors in Elgin and Walk-On. At Torkelson Motors, we believe that student involvement in activities is a great way to help grow our communities, and we are proud to help sponsor this game for your enjoyment. We've been serving Northeast Iowa since 1926 and appreciate the business that our customers have given us and the support they provide to our area schools and communities. So the next time you are in need of a new or used vehicle or a repair, stop into Torkelson Motors. We've been selling cars the old-fashioned way with a friendly smile and a handshake right here next door in Elgin and Walk-On.
During spring and summer, severe weather can strike in a hurry. If you see a power line on the ground, stay away, keep others away, and call your electric utility. If there's a downed power line due to an accident, stay inside your vehicle until the utility arrives and de-energizes the line. Learn what to do if you see a downed power line. Doing the right thing could save your life. Alameda Clayton Electric Cooperative, your Touchstone Energy Cooperative.
Being good at life means getting your finances in order so you can focus on the moments that matter most. With over 175 years of experience, New York Life Insurance Company offers insurance and financial solutions you can benefit from while you're well living. For trusted guidance, contact your local agents, Andrew Reimer or Troy Springer with your Vision Financial Group, proudly located and serving the beautiful Guttenberg community. Call Andy or Troy at 563-252-2471. Start planning today for peace of mind tomorrow. Your Vision Financial Group is not owned or operated by New York Life.
When making up a to-do list, don't forget to include servicing your car at Edie's AC Delco Service Center in Garnavillo. Your car should have the best care, and Edie's will make sure of it. Stop in or call 964-2186 to make an appointment. Tires worn out? Well, Edie's can replace them. Need a tow? Call Edie's at 964-2186. Kay, Lynn, and Todd invite you to stop by and fill your car's tank with fuel at Edie's AC Delco Service Center in Garnavillo. Edie's open 7 a.m. Mondays through Saturdays.
Edco Playoff Football is brought to you in part by Farmers Savings Bank of Colesburg, Elkport, Garber, Strawberry Point, Arlington, Elgin, and Wadena. Member FDIC. Car Auto Group online at karautogroup.com. Fisk Farm and Home in Monona, Cresco, and Decorah. Culligan Water Conditioning in Elkader. Clayton County Recycling in Monona. Myers Auto Service in Monona. TJ's Pizza in Monona and Claremont. Dean Family Chiropractic in Claremont. And by Thompson Construction and Monona Overhead Door. Our halftime guests tonight were joined by Karsten Calderwood, the Edco Musical Director. Finding Nemo Jr. Can you give us some background on what you guys are doing next weekend?
Yeah, so Finding Nemo, there was the movie out in the early 2000s that this show kind of follows along with the idea that Nemo was, the child was taken away from the reef by an individual, and so his dad Marlin and eventually friend Dory are traveling across the ocean to work to try and get Nemo back, and they have their excursions that when you think about, with the sharks, and other individuals such as the turtles that they are working to get across, and so they have their trials and tribulations. With that, so it follows that kind of that movie, but then it's got the music element to it with it being a musical. And there's also the Tank Gang, who are the other individuals that are in the aquarium where Nemo is now being held, that are working to try and help him escape to get back to his father. And so we've got lots of comedy and some sad moments with this, but I think it's one that any age individual is able to relate to or find some joy in.
All right, now, who are some of the kids that are performing for you?
Well, we've got an array of students. Our production is a 7-12 production, and so we've got incoming 7th graders this year that are, this is their first production that they've ever been involved in, and so I've got some students that are on stage, and then I've got some students that are helping behind the scenes with items. To our seniors, we've got 4 of them that are working to, with this production, that are working to bring their talents to this. We've got Lily Bariski and Lauren Kirby and Abby Schilling, who are individuals that you probably heard with basketball and volleyball season that we just ended and that we're going into. But I've also got some juniors, Ella Beyer and Allie Meyer. Ella is our choreographer, and she's heavily involved with the dance in the area. And so We've got lots of students that are working to put this together all the way down. There's actually 29 students that we have that are involved somehow with our production this year.
Yeah, that's great. Showtime's next weekend. When do they run?
So we've got November 14th and 15th, our Friday, Saturday show will be at 7:30 p.m. And then on Sunday the 16th, we have our 2 o'clock show. And individuals can park on the north side of the school and enter through our new activities entrance. We'll be upstairs in the Edgewood gym, where we'll be for our production, just as we've been in the past. And admission is $7 per person. We do have reserved seating available through either contacting the school or emailing myself, Karsten Calderwood, and that we can get those reserved for you. Otherwise, it is general admission.
All right, let's peek ahead. Christmas coming up next month. What are you guys scheduling?
Yeah, we've got our winter concert on December 15th, which will be a 7/12 band and vocal concert. We will be at St. Mark's Catholic Church here in Edgewood, as we've been in the past as a tradition, where we get to sing in a glorious space and get students out into other locations and have some different acoustics that we get to work with. Junior high's got some of their music selected, and so we're singing a song about ugly Christmas sweaters and another classic, Do You Hear What I Hear? High school just had their fall concert here last week, and so we haven't quite got all of our music selected yet or ready to go, but we're hoping to get that done hopefully today.
All right, thanks for your time this week, for joining us, and good luck with the musical next weekend.
Perfect. Thank you for having me.
You betcha. Edco Music Director Karsten Calderwood, our halftime guest here tonight.
Alpine Communications believes connected communities become thriving communities. We are the local telephone company that became a 21st century communications provider. Alpine provides internet, television, cellular security, and telephone too. We promise personal, timely, reliable service from people who live here. When you choose us, we all thrive. Connect with Alpine Communications today. Click alpinecom.net or call 563-245-4000.
Strawberry Building Supply offers all your building materials for residential and commercial projects. Whether you're building from the ground up, remodeling your home, or a weekend project, we have the materials you'll need. We are an authorized Milwaukee dealer for all your Milwaukee tools. Strawberry Building Supply also has everything you'll need for your pets and livestock. Stop into Strawberry Building Supply today at 413 West Mission Street, Strawberry Point, or call 563-933-4579.
There's a kind of magic to making memories, to finding time for the little things and the big things, the new things, and the things you'll do over and over again. It's the magic of a job well done and a well-deserved day of rest, of living life to the fullest with the people you'd never want to live without. Fairway, closed on Sunday, open for life.
Health powers life, from the delightfully routine to the truly uncharted. Building a relationship with a primary care doctor is one of the easiest ways to stay healthy. So if you don't have one, get started with Mercy One. From annual wellness visits to screenings and immunizations, our primary care doctors can help you be proactive with your health, ensuring you're ready no matter what life brings next. Find care at mercyone.org/healthpowerslife.
Something exciting is growing on Iowa farms these days. Innovation. From tractors that seed, weed, and harvest with data-driven precision, to drones that scout or plant cover crops to protect soil and water. Even our animals live in smart homes with round-the-clock care. Technology keeps your food safer, water cleaner, and makes us more sustainable. Because what we do here benefits everyone here. Life on the farm makes everyone's life better.
How do you make everyone's favorite buffet even better? How do you make the country's best chicken even more exciting? How do you make Thursday the best night ever? Wing night at Pizza Ranch. All the wings you want, plus all your other buffet favorites. And for a limited time, try the sweet heat of our new honey hot sauce. The country's best wing night is here. Taking flight Thursday nights, only at Pizza Ranch.
Edco Playoff Football is brought to you in part by Lloyd Kelchin Grain in Edgewood, the Cheapo Depot in Petersburg, the Lowena Savings Bank, member FDIC, LTI & Sons Water Conditioning, your Connecticut dealer in Postville, Meyer Collision and Service Center in Guttenberg and Elkader, Ground Logs and Lumber in Elkader, Timber is a Crop, Harvest Wisely, St. Olaf Ag Sales and Service, T&K Cahoon, your Napa dealer in Monona, and by Nick's Excavating and Kane Construction in Farmersburg. This is KCTN Sports. Welcome back once again here to Gladbrook. It is 34-12. Gladbrook-Reinbeck leading Edgewood-Colesburg here in the first half. They have 3 touchdown runs from the running back Trayvon Herron. Meanwhile, they outscored Edco in that second quarter, as it turns out 20-0. We turn things over to Coach Aaron Hammond. Let's go through the first half totals. Let's start with the Rebels.
For the Rebels, we'll start on the ground. Trayvon Herron, he's got 11 carries, 140 yards. He's got touchdown runs of 36, 68, and 1. Trevor Mathern has 6 carries for 31 yards. He's got that 3-yard touchdown, and Hudson Clark has 2 carries for 8 yards. So overall, 19 carries, 179 yards on the ground. In the air, Mathern has 9 completions on 11 attempts, 69 yards. His number 1 target is Hudson Clark. 8 catches, 63 yards. Trayvon Herron has 1 catch for 6 yards, so 69 yards in the air, 179 yards on the ground. A solid 248 yards of offense in the first half for the Rebels.
And again, it's been a highly functional offense for them. And what I mean by that is 9 of 11 passing-wise, you've run the ball, and this was your concern. The receiver Clark has the great hands, great ability, the running game there of Herron, and he's averaging over 10 yards a carry.
Well, yeah, and you look at those 3 guys, and that's the bulk of your offense between Clark, Herron, and Mathern. So the Vikings knew they had to stop those 3 guys, and thus far, they haven't been able to slow them down.
All right, now let's get to Edco's totals. Had that outstanding first quarter. Stager has 2 touchdown runs to lead the way, and he's had a good night offensively rushing the football.
Yeah, he's got 13 carries for 59 yards. He's got a 21-yard touchdown and a 42-yard touchdown. Carson Engel, only 2 carries, but 25 yards. So overall, 15 carries, 84 yards of offense on the ground for the Vikings in those 2 touchdowns. Throwing the ball, Jack Steger is 5 of 11 for 65 yards. Number 1 target is Christopher Lang. He's got 3 catches for 52 yards. Jaden Miller has 2 catches for 13 yards. So 65 yards in the air, 84 yards on the ground, 149 yards for the Vikings. A little low for them at this point in a game. They're usually a little higher on that.
Now, you're still at the point of the ball game that you can stay to your game plan. I know you're down by 22, but you get the ball here to start the second half, and in the 8-man game, 22 points isn't a lot.
It's not a lot, but you got to figure out something defensively. You put them in tough situations, and then you give up a big play or a touchdown, and you pin them deep, and then you let them get out of that and to get a score out of it. You just have to find ways to get stops, and right now, the defense just hasn't quite been as crisp as it's been the last few weeks.
So again, our score 34-12. Gladbrook-Reinbeck leads at the half. When we return, we'll have second half kickoff. You're listening to Edco Playoff Football from KCTN Sports.
Hey, Justin Birdnow here from Birdnow Chevrolet in Monona. I want to take a moment to wish all of the local athletes good luck during their game. You have worked incredibly hard, and it shows during each game. Myself and the entire Birdnow Chevrolet Monona team is wishing you all that you do your best and good luck.
Over the past years, Central State Bank has invested in numerous programs and organizations dedicated to the education and enrichment of young people in our area. Athletics and the arts, vocational education, and youth club activities. Because Central State Bank is more than a bank, we're your neighbors, your relatives, your friends, your business partners. And these kids represent the future of our community. Trust your finances to a bank that invests in you. Central State Bank, member FDIC.
Elkader Tax and Bookkeeping are proud supporters of all of our local high school sports teams. We want to wish everyone the best of luck on their season. We are here for all your tax, payroll, and bookkeeping needs. Give us a call at 563-245-2154. Again, that number is 563-245-2154. Thank you from Kurt and Ann at Elkader Tax and Bookkeeping, located in downtown Elkader.
Edgewood Auto and Towing is an automotive repair shop, tire dealer, and 24/7 towing service. We offer full service work on all autos and semis. Our highly skilled mechanics provide quality workmanship and will get you back on the road in a timely manner. Check out our current tire rebates by calling 563-928-7333 or stopping in to Edgewood Auto and Towing for complete terms and conditions.
Edco Playoff Football is brought to you in part by the Edgewood Reminder, Wolfie's Retreat Dog Grooming, Boarding, and Daycare in Manchester, Del Clay Farm Equipment, your Kawasaki dealer in Edgewood, Nutrient Ag Solutions, Leonard Muller Funeral Home and Crematory in Manchester, Edgewood, and Strawberry Point, Kendrick Forest Products, buyers of standing timber, Edgewood Farm and Home, Community Insurance with offices in Edgewood and Delhi, Blooms Flowers, Gifts, and more in Edgewood, and by Northeast Iowa Sub-Drains in Strawberry Point. At the half, 34-12, Gladbrook-Reinbeck leads Edgewood-Colesburg here in this 8-man quarterfinal. Again, lots of games going on. As a matter of fact, the rest of the classes take place on Friday night. The reason why the 8-man moves up a day to Thursday is because they'll move up a day next week, and we'll play next Wednesday. Semifinals to be determined at the Unidome in Cedar Falls. And again, the winner of this ball game will punch their ticket in. There are 4 games going on tonight in the 8-man game. And of all the teams there, the 8 teams, Don Bosco and Fremont Mills are the only 2 teams that have losses, and they have losses to teams that are playing tonight.
Yeah, it's insane, the parity in this 8-man game of undefeated teams, teams that are still playing that only lost to undefeated teams, and, a lot of ranked teams still in it, not a lot of upsets, so a lot of good football at that 8-man level. And, we talked about the defense for Gladbrook-Reinbeck a little bit, but if you haven't looked at their stats, they gave up 27 to Don Bosco. They gave up 20 to Clarksville. Both of them were postseason teams.
And that's a season high they've given up to 27.
Yeah, Don Bosco's still playing tonight. 13 to Collins Maxwell. And since then, single digits.
Yeah.
I mean, they have been stingy with the D. First round, they gave up 7 points to Arweva, and they gave up 6 points last week to Easton Valley. So Edco is at least scoring, but they're going to need to score a little bit more and try to get back into this.
And you figured this would be a slower type ball game or a lower scoring game compared to what you've played most of the year. Last week's game gave you kind of a feeling of that. So that was more of a half slowed down type ball game there with Turkey Valley running the football. But the story has been tonight, Gladbrook-Reinbeck and the balance they've shown on offense, leading by 22. But again, the Vikings get the ball to start the second half.
Well, and I think that's a positive for them. They need something to come out of this, something to build off of. A good return here, get some field position, get yourself a score, get back into this, get it down to a 2-possession game. The other thing I think they need to do, they need to get the 2-point conversion after they score, because that has been a strong point for them, and they're 0 for tonight.
Yep, 0 for 2 on their 2-point conversion. So Utter to launch it away from the 30-yard line. Ingalls and Lang back to receive. This will go to Ingalls. It's returnable. Catches it at the 10-yard line. It's actually Stagger back there. Stagger brings it out to the 20-yard line, bounces outside on the far sideline. He'll bring it across the 20. Tackle out of bounds at the 22-yard line. First down, 10 yards to go. 12-yard return. Vikings take over in their own territory. So Edco has had to punt twice in the first half, and that's really the difference in the ball game. That was Gladbrook-Reinbeck got stopped only once in the first half, and that was on downs inside Edco territory. So Gladbrook-Reinbeck, a team that was the runner-up last season in the 8-man game, trying to get back to the Dome. Vikings are going to try to rally here in the second half.
Yeah, want to make a game out of this, get back into it, and challenge a little bit. We'll see what they come out to start the second half.
So first down, 10 yards to go. 2 receivers to the right. They are in pistol formation. And on first down, 10 yards to go, Lang goes in motion from left to right, and they're going to run the football to the middle of the Ingalls. Ingalls goes left side across the 25-yard line near the 30-yard line. Again, he's had good rushes on first down. He's only got a couple of carries, but they may lean on him more this second half. I don't think that's a bad idea at all.
No, he's been kind of quietly getting a couple of good gains, and another great gain here, about a 6-yard gain. So if he can have those big chunks, get them in third and short, manageable, I think they'll lean on him.
And it's second down, 4 yards to go. They continue in the same formation. Receiver split left and right, and they are going to throw it left side. It is caught quick out. I believe they're caught batting far side, and he'll get out near the first down marker at about the 35-yard line. They'll move the chains. He got it. 1st and 10 for the Vikings.
Yep, move the chains. He said good enough. So a good start to this drive for the Vikings.
So they are, again, a little breathing room here, moving outside after starting at the 20-yard line. They're outside the 30-yard line, 34-yard line, first down, 10 yards to go. Again, it's not going to be a 22-point drive here, but you've got to score on this drive.
I think so. This is a key drive for them. They need to put points on the board.
First down, 10 yards to go. Lang in motion from left to right. They go back with Ingles. Nope, but Steger going to boot it right side. Steger, he's across the 35-yard line, inside Gladbrook-Reinbeck territory, inside the 40, down near the first down marker. They're going to move it again. 10-yard pickup by Steger, and a nice boot there on that read option.
Yeah, that was that option with Ingles and held it in the belly a long time and then pulled that out. Nice boot, cutting it upfield, falls forward for a first down.
So the Vikings here, good start to the second half to the 36-yard line. Again, receiver split left and right. First down, 10 yards to go, and they are going to run it at the middle. Nope, Ingles has to bounce outside, now cuts back up the middle. He'll go inside the 35-yard line to the 33-yard line. He's helped up there by Mathern, who made the tackle. But again, positive yards, 4 yards, closer to 5 on first down.
Yeah, and I think if you can do that and then start pulling those Rebels into the box a little bit, get them thinking run, 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 then that's going to open up your pass game, and maybe you can get something downfield. But a good drive going so far.
Second down, 6 yards to go for the Vikings. 2 minutes into our second half, but again inside Gladbrook-Reinbeck territory. And on 2nd and 6, they're going to run it with Ingles. It's a read option, and Ingles brings it up the middle, inside the 30-yard line. He'll bring it inside to the 25-yard line and down to the 20-yard line. He's picked up positive yardage all night long. 1st and 10 to the red zone for Edco.
Well, and this is a nice change of pace to be able to hand it off, and they're keying so much on Steger. We saw that in the first half, and now all of a sudden they got a second guy they got to start spying on, so this is going to open up Steger in the run game as well.
Yeah, Steger had 2 carries the first half, more than that on this drive already.
Yeah, Ingles just doing a nice job with this drive.
First down, 10 yards to go, and they go with again Ingles, hit at the line of scrimmage, and he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. Heron was down low, making the stop. They actually got some pressure through, and it's going to be a loss of a yard. So that's the first negative play they've had running with Ingles. It's 2nd down, 11 yards to go.
But you can see what's happening here. You can see what the offense for Edco's doing. They're starting to load up the box. They brought a couple extra guys into that linebacking line and really stopped Ingles. But that puts you one-on-one coverage in the secondary.
So 2nd down, 11 yards to go. 2 receivers lined up right side, Batten in motion from right to left, and they are going to, again, Steger, going to boot it right side. Gets it inside the 20. He's down to the 15-yard line. He'll be spun ahead to the 14-yard line. Gavin Blakesley chased him down, but they actually mark him down to the 13-yard line, and a good run there by Steger. He's made the right decision on that read option right side, and it's 3rd down and 4.
Yeah, about a 7-yard gain there after losing the yard on the first down. Able to pick a big majority of that back up. So 3rd and manageable here. Definitely in 4th down territory are the Vikings.
So down to the 13-yard line. 4 minutes already moving here in this 3rd quarter. Back to Steger. Steger looking right side to Lang, and that pass intercepted by Clark. Clark brings it back to the 10-yard line. He'll be pushed out of bounds by Batten at the 15. It looked like Steger kind of hesitated as if Lang was running a slant right side, but Clark able to cut in front of Lang, and it's 1st and 10, a huge defensive stop for Gladbrook-Reinbeck at their own 14-yard line.
Well, and you look at that, and it just looked awkward because Steger didn't put a lot of zip on that ball, hesitated twice before he threw it, and you just felt like he didn't want to throw it, but he did. And it was just disastrous because Clark caught that right on the goal line.
And Clark was on the hip of Lang and then just cut right in front of him. So 1st down, 10 yards to go for Gladbrook-Reinbeck. 2 receivers to the right, and they will again send it back in motion. Mathern is going to bring it left side. He's trying to get to the wide side of the field. He does. 15-yard line, pushed out of bounds by Ingles. There's a flag on the backside of this play, and I believe in the area it's thrown, and that's the signal from our official. It is holding against the Rebels.
Yep, they're going to back them up another 10 yards here at the end of this play and replay that first down because they had holding on the backside of this play.
So that'll push them inside their own 10-yard line. So now the Vikings ask their defense to try to get a stop here and get the ball back. A drive that goes 4 minutes, but it bogs down on the interception.
Yeah, this is where they really need that defense to step up. Those guys up front got to get a good push. The linebackers filling those gaps and preventing the outside bounce and those big gains that the running back's been able to do.
2nd holding penalty against the Rebels, which puts them back to the 7-yard line. So it's 1st down, about 16 yards to go. We've got time taken here, and the spot of the ball may not be right.
Yeah, they're trying to figure out if they did this correctly, but And maybe it's a switch of the ball?
It's a switch of the hash mark.
Yeah,
so
put it on
they
the other
move it
hash.
from one to the other. So the ball goes to the right hash mark, and they'll now wind the play clock. And the game clock wound as well. So it's first down. It says it's 20 yards to go, but I would say it's actually about 18 yards to go.
You bet.
So they have to get to the 24-yard line for first down. First down, 17 yards to go, as we mentioned. And they'll now send the back there, Clark in motion, the wide receiver from left to right. And now, before this play gets going, there's movement. And is this against Gladbrook-Reinbeck?
It's got to be if they stop the play.
Well, they are pointing. Mathern's pointing to the Edco line, but it is against Gladbrook-Reinbeck, a false start. Now you're going to get to 1st and 20.
Yeah, now you put 3 more yards on there because we got to go half the distance. We don't have enough room for that, so we're gonna do this again here.
So again, back-to-back penalties against the Rebels, and now you've got them 1st and long. So you've got them well behind the chains, and this is a chance for the Edco defense to see if they can force a good 3 and out.
Yeah, this is a big series.
Yep, left and right receivers lined up. Clark goes in motion again, and Heron is behind the quarterback Mathern, and on first down they give it to Heron. Heron goes left side. He'll get across the 5-yard line, maybe the 6. Pick up a couple of yards. Defensed up front well by the Vikings. Bottom of the pile being helped out there is, once again, Stagger, and it's going to be 2nd down, 17 yards to go. Only a 3-yard pickup.
Yeah, this is one of those series where, you're really going to tell the defense, hey, this is on you right now. You got to get us back in this ball game. You got to get stops. You got to prevent that big play and force them to punt, which they don't do very often.
Yeah, one this season. Receivers left and right. 2nd down, 17 yards to go. Mathern, quick swing pass left side. It is caught by Clark. Clark makes the defender miss. He'll get across the 10, but then tracked down by Batten at the 15-yard line. Puts him in a 3rd down situation, at least back to a 3rd and 10. Just a quick hit play near side.
Yeah, about a 9-yard gain there, so a good pickup there to make this a little more manageable.
But 3rd down, long situation here for Gladbrook-Reinbeck. The only bad thing about Edco not scoring on that drive is here we are almost to the halfway point of the 3rd quarter, so the game's shortening up on you.
And you're still down those 3 scores, not able to get back into this.
So 3rd down, long for Gladbrook-Reinbeck at their own 15-yard line. 2 receivers to the right. Clark goes in motion from left to right. Mathern alone in the backfield. And he's looking to throw the football. Steps up, now flushed out of the pocket, throws it. It is caught by Clark and underneath round, and he's got 1st down, and now he's racing down the near sideline. 20, 10 on 3rd and 9. Are you kidding me? 65-yard pitch and catch. Clark with a touchdown there. It is now 40-12. A big play by the Rebels on 3rd and long.
Yeah, just a crossing route there and able to outrun the defense, and had 3 pretty quick guys for Edco, and none of them able to catch up to him as he streaks down that sideline.
And it looked like that Mathern was going to get sacked, but he's able to get out of the pocket, and then coming back to the play there, and a heads-up decision was Clark. And it is again now 40-12, and here is the PAT by Utter. Spot is down. It's a high spot, and Mahern actually has to fall down on it. He couldn't get it. It was too high, and the PAT fails. 6:14 left in the 3rd. Gladbrook-Reinbeck extends. They lead 40-12. Let's take this break.
Experience high-speed fiber internet through Neat's fiber optic network with speeds now available up to 1 gig in and around Monona, Luena, St. Olaf, Farmersburg, and Postville. Don't forget, you no longer need to carry a phone line when you subscribe to internet in one of Neat's Freedom Plans. For more information on how to upgrade your services and the best pricing, visit NEITEL.com or call today 877-638-2122. Neat, connecting you now.
Epic Wear. Get personalized clothing for your school, your team, family, friends, business, or any event. Epic Wear has a huge range of customizable apparel, trophies, and awards. They offer free design help or design your own apparel at getepicwear.com, and you can even set up a free website for your fundraiser. Epic Wear, walk on. Call 563-568-2301 to place your order today.
Gladbrook-Reinbeck gets a 65-yard touchdown pass from Mathern to Clark. Utter to launch it away. It'll go over to the head, out of the back of the end zone, and the Vikings will have it at their own 15-yard line. They take advantage of the Vikings turnover. Gladbrook-Reinbeck has touchdowns of 36, 68. Those are the runs, and now a 65-yard pass play. By the way, Clark, his second touchdown, he has a 28-yard reception in this game for a score.
Yeah, it's just been insane what they've been able to do with those big plays, especially in situations where you would think Edco's defense, hey, you got them in a tough situation, but they were able to overcome them.
And that one was basically looked like a busted play as Clark coming back.
It did.
And it's first down, 10 yards to go for the Vikings, down by 28 points, and they run it with Ingles. Ingles, 15-yard line, not any further. Maybe a half a yard forward progress. It was shut down very quickly. Once again, Gavin Blakesley making the stop, and it's going to be second down for the Vikings. Now this changes how you approach things if you're Edco. Down by 28, you've got 18 minutes to work with in this ball game. You're going to need to score and do so in a relative hurry.
Well, you're going to need scores quickly, and you're going to have to need stout defense. And right now they're just not able to do a lot of those things.
So now this situation that, again, receivers to the left, and now Lang goes in motion from left to right, 2nd and 9. They throw it right side behind Lang, and he's able to catch it. Knocked down immediately from behind by Clark, but just a curl route on the near side. Gets it across the 20 to the 21-yard line. It's third down, and it's going to be about 6 yards to go now here.
Yeah, not a huge gain that time. Maybe give him 4 yards on that, but they're going to need some bigger plays. And I know they're setting things up with these shorter plays, but right now they got to have a little more urgency.
So third down, 5 yards to go now here for the Rebels. For the Vikings against the Rebel defense, which now spreads out as the Vikings go 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. So third down, 6 yards to go. Back to Stagger. He hesitates. Now flush. Right side, he's got Lang open. Catches it. Near side, first down yardage as he catches it just inside the 30-yard line. And again, Stagger was looking deep for Batten on the left side, but had to go to a safety route on the right side, but it's good enough for first down yardage.
Yeah, pickup of 6, so enough to get the first down and move the chains. I would look to see the Vikings maybe go to their hurry-up offense here to try to get some urgency in the guys.
So first down, 10 yards to go. 26-yard line is actually where they spot it. And the Vikings going to need a big play at some point, maybe a couple of them down here in the third quarter. Again, same formation, spreading things out. Ingles now moves into the backfield, and the snap back to Stagger. Stagger to the football, looking long. He's looking for Batten, far side. It is knocked away late. Closing in there was Clark. He's been all over the field. Batten had him by a step, but Clark able to come over and help out. It is incomplete, 2nd and 10.
That was a nice angle taken by Clark there, able to get to that ball and just get a piece of it, enough to knock it off target, and Batten not able to reel that in.
That was inside the 25-yard line is where he went up to catch that ball, and it was a good throw by Stagger. It was on line.
Yeah, it was. It was a nice throw. Going to catch him in stride, full speed there, not able to come back for it, but just a good defense by the Rebels.
Second down, 10 yards to go here now. They were looking for the big play hunting there. And on 2nd and 10, to throw the football, Stagger, quick hit play, right side in and out of the hands of Lang as Clark was closing in. That doesn't happen very often, and Lang kind of slaps the hands together, and it's going to be third down and 10 yards to go.
Well, and even if Lang catches that, there was a lot of defenders there. They were closing in on that play, so he wasn't going to gain a bunch, but he wants that back. He wants to catch that thing and try to give it a shot.
So third and long again for the Vikings. Third down, 10 yards to go at their own 26-yard line. Have to keep the game moving here. Maybe a situation you can put yourself in to make it go for it on fourth down if you don't get the first.
Yeah, at least manageable.
And Stagger to throw the football again. Hesitates, now looking long. He's looking for Batten. Batten at the 25-yard line, knocked away again by Mayhern. Mayhern goes up and just reaching over Batten that time. Didn't even try to defend Batten, just defended the ball, knocked it down as the Vikings down to the 25-yard line, took another deep shot. It is now 4th and 10 for Edco here at their own 26-yard line with 4:01 to go in the third, decision time.
Well, and if you're the Vikings in this situation, I think it's a go-for-it situation. You got to get back in this game. You got to pick up a first down. I know you're kind of in your own territory, but I think this is one of those crucial moments where you got to look at your line and go, you got to hold the line. Receivers, you got to run good routes and get to those sticks.
And you see moving things around, Stagger directing traffic. Ingalls now moves into the backfield here. Everybody lined up right, and Stagger to throw the football. They're going for it. Stagger looking left side for Lang. He's overshot. It is incomplete. Far sideline, covered there by Clark. Ball sailed out of bounds at the 35-yard line. Is there a flag down?
There's a flag over on the other side, and I'm going to assume
it's
this is against Edco.
Yeah, Edco never really got set offensively. They were moving players along, and instead it's a stoppage on downs, and Gladbrook-Reinbeck has it 1st and 10 at Edco's 26-yard line. And now you're in danger here of Gladbrook-Reinbeck maybe putting up the 35-point rule here in the third.
Well, maybe. You would hope the defense is ready to go here and trying to get a stop, but Gladbrook-Reinbeck looking good tonight. They've been able to get those big plays, put it in the end zone. Edco just hasn't been able to put the points on the board tonight.
A good example is the deep shots they've taken tonight. They've been good deep shots. Receivers have been there, but again, the coverage, you've got to give props to what they are doing defensively. First down, 10 yards to go, and they're going to run it with Mayhern up the middle, hit at the line of scrimmage by Hoffman, slides by him. He'll be stood up inside the 25-yard line. They never actually bring him down. Miller, Ingalls, host of Vikings in that area, maybe forward progress of a yard. It is 2nd down, 9 yards to go. So the Vikings try to lean on their defense here to get them a stop. And 2nd down, 9 yards to go, trailing by a score of 40-12.
Well, and if you're the Rebels, I would expect this ball to stay on the ground a lot because right now the clock is their friend. They want that to run. They want to keep the ball in bounds. They want to take away time from the Vikings to try to get back in there.
So 2nd down, let the play clock wind down here. They're in control inside 10 seconds before they get to the line of scrimmage. 3 receivers to the right, 2nd and 10, swing pass right side, caught by Heron. Heron bounces outside to the 20-yard line, slides inside the 20, near 1st down yardage. He's stepped up at the 18-yard line, stacked up there. Defensed on the outer perimeter by Miller, who makes the final tackle, but it's 3rd down, short situation. Again, that was a higher percentage throw, wasn't it? And he actually stepped out of bounds before the 15.
Yeah, they're going to say he was taken down a little bit earlier than what we saw there. So 3rd and a little bit longer, but yeah, a good play to get the ball into Heron's hands.
Happened right in front of the official, so he's got the better look at it. So it's 3rd down, 4 yards to go. 20-yard line is actually where it is spotted. So the far side of the field is where they line up 2 receivers. 3rd and 4 for the Rebels. And Clark moves into the slot, and they run it with Heron. Heron left side. He's got the corner. 15, 10, 5. Pushed out of bounds by Miller. No, did he get in for the end zone? He did. Miller tried to push him out of bounds, but he sneaks inside the near pylon. And with 2:22 to go in the third, Gladbrook-Reinbeck adds on. It's now 46-12.
Yeah, that's going to be a 20-yard run there for Heron. That's going to be his 4th touchdown tonight. Puts him at 162 yards. So he's had a lot of big play gains tonight.
This is a huge PAT. Edco hoping for a miss here because if it gets to a 35-point lead, the clock would then be moving. Utter's PAT, spot is down, the kick is up, high enough, long enough, put it on the board. 2:22 to go in the third. 2 scores here for Gladbrook-Reinbeck in the third quarter. They've scored 33 points in a row. They lead 47-12.
Attention business owners. Are you tired of monthly fees eating into your profits? Look no further than People State Bank. People State Bank's business checking account has no monthly service charge. Yes, you heard that right. 0 monthly service charges. But that's not all. Enjoy free ATM and debit cards, free online and mobile banking, and free bill pay services. With People State Bank, managing your business finances has never been easier or more affordable. Stop wasting your hard-earned money on unnecessary fees. Switch to People State Bank today and take care of your business finances. People State Bank, member FDIC.
Edco Playoff Football is brought to you in part by Silver Edge Cooperative in Edgewood, Strawberry Point, and Delhi. Citizen State Bank of Monticello, Hopkinton, Ryan, Manchester, Winthrop, Strawberry Point, Springville, and New Vienna. Member FDIC and Equal Housing Lender. Edgewood Convalescent Home and Lakewood Assisted Living. J&J Land Solutions in Edgewood. Rockwire Appliance and TV, the home of quality service with the lowest price guaranteed in Prairie du Chien, Waukon, Decorah, and Viroqua. And Elkader Chiropractic Center, Dr. Jamie Hammersland. 2:22 to go in the third. Utter to launch it away, and again, Lang not able to get to it as it goes out of the back of the end zone. It was a 20-yard run by, once again, Heron. The PAT by Utter makes it a 47-12 lead with 2:22 to go here in our fourth quarter. And this was 14-12 at the end of the first quarter.
Yeah, 14-12, and after that, Edco has been stopped 5 times on various things. Punts, punted 3 times in a row, had the interception, turnover on downs, just not able to get it going.
So first down, 10 yards to go. Receiver split left and right. They run with Ingles. Ingles will get out across the 15-yard line, gets through, and he is working hard to get to the 20-yard line. Picks up 5 yards on that. Second down, 5 yards to go. So the Vikings here, again, the clock is moving, so that is going against you. But you certainly want to finish this ball game here with some big plays here, try to work your way to make things a little more interesting than they need to be.
Yeah, get it down below 35 to get that clock from stop that clock from running.
Right.
And then get the defense out there, get a stop, get the ball back, see if you can work yourself back into a manageable situation.
So second down, it is 4 yards to go. 6-yard pickup by Ingles on first down. So on second down and 4, Batten goes in motion from right to left, and Stagger to throw the football, rolling out right. It is caught by Batten, just ran a swing pattern right side. He gets out to the 25-yard line, first down yardage, and that'll move the chains. First and 10 for the Vikings.
Yeah, good gain there, just enough to pick up the first down. A good gain.
So the Vikings, the big play tonight, that has been the issue to their touchdowns are Stagger on a 2-yard run, and their biggest play of the night is rushing-wise as far as that. Stagger with 42 yards, though Lang has a big reception. But again, that's been it for the big plays tonight.
Yeah, they just haven't had those.
First down, 10 yards to go. Lang in motion, and they're going to run it with Ingles up the middle at line of scrimmage, and that's it. It is stacked up well up front by Gladbrook-Reinbeck. That is Heron, and we have said his name a number of times. Their leading rusher, and also, of course, their leading tackler. That's flat out scary.
Yeah, he's one of their top tacklers. He's obviously their top rusher. Caught a couple of passes tonight, and he's been all over the field. He and Clark and Mathern have been all over the place tonight, both offensively and defensively.
So second down, 10 yards to go. This may be our final play of the third quarter with the clock moving. A bunched formation to the right. Stagger to throw the football right side. It is caught by Ingles out of the backfield, but he's well short of first down. He'll get out across the 25-yard line to the 27-yard line. Picks up about 2, and that's how the third quarter will come to an end. It is Gladbrook-Reinbeck 47, Edco 12. We go to the fourth. You're listening to Viking football from KCTN Sports.
Scooter's Coffee in Manchester offers a variety of coffees, smoothies, blenders, and breakfast food products served all day long. Scooter's Coffee offers fast and friendly service, too. In a hurry? Use the Scooter's Coffee app to order, pay, and earn rewards. Simply stop at the drive-thru window and pick up your order. Scooter's Coffee is open Monday through Saturday, 5:30 a.m. till 8 p.m. and Sunday, 6 a.m. till 8 p.m. We look forward to seeing you at Scooter's Coffee in Manchester.
Edco Playoff Football is brought to you in part by Innovative Ag Services in Elkader, Monona, and Waukon, Norby's Farm Fleet in Northeast Iowa, Guttenberg Municipal Hospital and Clinic. Check out career opportunities at guttenberghospital.org. Rivals Inc. Custom Gear, Screen Printing, Embroidery, and online shopping at rivalsinc.com. Bruins and James Insurance, your Grinnell Mutual agent in Monona. Furniture Showcase in Allwine, lighting showroom, flooring, furniture, and window treatments. And by Bacon Concrete in Postville. Welcome back here to Gladbrook. Third down, 8 yards to go for the Vikings at their own 27-yard line. Again, this was a 14-12 ball game at the end of one. Vikings is exactly what you wanted here. They were able to answer a couple of Gladbrook-Reinbeck touchdowns. The Vikings have never led in this ball game, but Gladbrook-Reinbeck, and part of it was that block punt before the half really turned it from a 2-score game to a 3-score game and a little more control for Gladbrook-Reinbeck.
Well, and once they had snapped this ball, the clock is going to continue to run again with that 35-point differential.
So third down, 8 yards to go. Stagger rolling out to the left to throw the football, looking for Miller. It is caught. Miller near first down yardage, near side, at about the 35-yard line. They may mark him just a step short, and it's going to be fourth down for Edco, but obviously it's a 4th and 1 situation going for it here. So the Vikings, and they have not trailed often this season, and down here in the fourth quarter. Edco had a great drive to start this second half where you look like, here we go. They're going to make it a 2-score game, get right back into things. But an interception, and it was an outstanding play by Hudson Clark for the interception at the goal line area. Meanwhile, 4th and 1 here for the Vikings. Two receivers left, and obviously you're going for it here at their own 34-yard line. Ingles in motion out of the backfield. They go to Stagger, left side, first down. Across the 35-yard line, he's actually pushed back behind the first down marker by Mahern, but the forward progress puts him across the 35 to the 36-yard line. A fresh set of downs, and now a concern for Edco is Keegan Stelkin is down on the field there, and maybe
it's a cramp.
He's got a cramp issue.
Yeah, absolutely a cramp. He pointed right to it. He knew. He's like, stretch this out. I know what's going on here. Get me back on the field.
He pointed to Jack Stagger.
He's like, Stagger, come do this, and he's going to be okay. He got it stretched out, but he's going to have to come off.
Yeah, Dyke New Hartford had their assistant out there, one of their medical people, the Edco medical people out there as well. And as Edco, both teams went to their sidelines, but we should get back to play here, right?
I wonder if they're going to take a timeout here to get Stelkin back in or what they're doing. But both teams are at water right now.
And cool night here tonight at Gladbrook. The first really night of the football season. We've had that fall cold weather. I mean, it's November, right?
It is. And, and that wind is what's really making it feel a little colder than it is. The temperature probably upper 40s, but not terrible.
Yeah, usually in October, we always get to say the gales of November have come early, but that wasn't the case this year. We had great weather the whole month of October. So first down, 10 yards to go, and nobody took a timeout. They just gave them a breather. And in motion is Batten left to right. Stagger brings it up the middle. Staggers across midfield, 40-yard line, tripped up as he goes inside the 35-yard line. 11-yard pickup on first down. That moves the chains for the Vikings.
Yeah, good pickup there. Move the chains. And I'm still surprised that Edco is going back to huddle. I thought maybe they would go their sprint game a little bit here, try to get up to the line, call the plays, move the ball a little quicker, try to get this clock stopped.
Yeah, again, the clock moving on you there, so you're back against the wall. We did a ball game a number of years ago. Tripola played Central, and Tripola had a big lead, and Central made it a one-possession game in the fourth quarter. They were trailing by 30 at one point. First down, 10 yards to go. Stagger rolling out to the right, throws it near side. It is caught by Miller. Miller picks up a solid 5 yards inside the 25-yard line, actually the 30-yard line to about the 28-yard line, and a 7-yard pickup on that play. So second down, long 3 yards to go. Vikings moving down the field here, trying to get their third touchdown of the game.
Yeah, I think a score here would be huge. Like you said, stop the clock. That's the biggest thing. Get below that 35-point differential. But more importantly, get yourself back into a feeling of we can be in this ball game, but the offense had to get something going.
So second down, it is 3 yards to go. Back to Stagger. Stagger first down up the middle, and he's going to lean ahead to the 20-yard line. Again, the yards have been tough to get, but forward yardage, that's a positive. And the Vikings continue now just outside the red zone.
Yeah, and again, they want to finish this off with a touchdown, and you could see a little more urgency getting into that huddle. They're going to give him about a 5-yard gain that time. So, again, moving in bigger chunks in this fourth quarter.
So first down, 10 yards to go. And the Vikings here, middle of the field is where they operate from. And they have Lang as a receiver to the right. Batten is at a halfback on the left side, and he moves on actually into the slot as a wide receiver. Stagger to throw the football. Stepping up, looking to run. Stagger inside the 20, tackled by Heron. He was the chaser in the middle of the field, makes the play down to the 16-yard line. Solid gain of about 4 yards, closer to 5 for Stagger.
Yeah, good gain there by Stagger, having to step up as the pocket collapsed, and a good defense by the Rebels in the secondary, so not able to get anything downfield.
And what's been tough tonight for Edco is a lot of times Stagger's able to drop back, and we've seen him kind of just run around like a madman back there and then just run forward with his speed, but the Gladbrook-Reinbeck has been really disciplined and always having a spy on him. So second down, 6 yards to go. And they are going to run it with Stagger right side, and he's getting to the 15-yard line. That is it. Only a yard, and it's going to bring up a third down situation. Utter making the play there for Gladbrook-Reinbeck. Inside 8 minutes, here we are moving in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, just that clock is just not your friend right now because of that 35-point differential. Moving the ball, so Vikings looking to capitalize here. Ball's on the 15. They're in the red zone. They want to punch this in, sitting at 3rd and 4.
Yep, and inside the 15-yard line. 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left, back to Stagger. Stagger to throw the football, double pumps, looking left side. That pass is going up for it and catching into the back of the end zone. It's going to be, I believe, Miller, and he catches it for the touchdown. Great throw by Stagger. Clark jumped up for it, trying to get it. Somehow it went out of his reach, and Miller hauls it in for the score. It's 47-18.
Yeah, that was a nice catch by Miller. Just high-pointed that ball so well, timed it, and Clark just not able to get up there to defend it and kept his feet in bounds. Nice catch there by Jaden Miller.
And they again will go for 2. And if you think about this, Jaden Miller's just a sophomore and Stagger's just a sophomore.
Both those sophomores hooking up there on that pass.
So here's your conversion for Edco. 2 receivers to the right. Ingles goes in motion out of the backfield. Stagger looks right side, and that pass overshot. He was looking for Miller. Actually, Batten inside the pylon off the right side, but overshot. It is incomplete. The conversion fails. 7:36 to go in the fourth. Vikings on the board, trailing 47-18.
Northern Country Co-op and Viafield are now Nexus Cooperative, your full-service ag partner supplying all your agronomy, energy, feed, grain, and lumber needs. Our highly knowledgeable and experienced team utilizes the latest technology in feed manufacturing, agronomy services, precision ag, plant and animal nutrition, energy products, and grain marketing to keep our customers ahead of the rest. Stop in today at any of our 26 locations across northern Iowa and southern Minnesota, or visit us online at nexus.coop.
Edco Playoff Football is brought to you in part by Farmers Savings Bank of Colesburg, Elkport Garber, Strawberry Point, Arlington, Elgin, and Wadena. Member FDIC. Car Auto Group online at karautogroup.com. Fisk Farm and Home in Monona, Cresco, and Decorah. Culligan Water Conditioning in Elkader. Clayton County Recycling in Monona. Myers Auto Service in Monona. TJ's Pizza in Monona and Claremont. Dean Family Chiropractic in Claremont. And by Thompson Construction and Monona Overhead Door. It's a 21-yard pass completed there to Miller from the throw of Stagger. Conversion pass fails, and it's 47-18. Miller to launch it away again. It is a high kick. This is towards the sideline, and that ball's going to go out of bounds at the 10-yard line. And let's see, Gladbrook-Reinbeck was up as if expecting an onside kick, but the Vikings just kicking away at this point. And with 7:36 to go, Gladbrook-Reinbeck here, I think, may be content to take it at the 20-yard line, perhaps.
I wonder if they're going to make him re-kick it or if they're going to just take the ball, up with that penalty. But it runs more clock if you make him kick it again, and you can maybe get a return.
And let's see. It looks to me like they're going to take the ball. And they move it out to the 20-yard line, across the 20-yard line, and it's going to be actually at the 25-yard line. So it was where the ball went out of bounds. That was the question. And they'll take it to the 25-yard line. First down, 10 yards to go. 47-18. Vikings there do not do the onside kick here. And the Vikings here will look to play defense. It was awesome to see that drive for Edco. Still working hard and finishing off that drive they just scored on.
Absolutely. And as you mentioned, a sophomore to a sophomore, so a lot still there for the future of this Edco team.
First down, 10 yards to go. Gladbrook-Reinbeck has 3 receivers to the right. Mathern is going to run the draw right side there, try to boot it across the 25-yard line. He's pushed out of bounds on the Gladbrook-Reinbeck sideline. They end up about 5 yards out of bounds, and that is Jack Stagger making the play. And it's going to be now second down and roughly 10 yards to go. No gain. Clock moves. They say the forward progress stopped in bounds.
Yep, that's why the clock is moving here.
So no gain on that play. You're the Vikings. Get a stop here, force a 3 and out, see if you can get another score in this ball game. Maybe the biggest amount of points that Gladbrook-Reinbeck has given up this year is 27. So
yeah, you try to get another score, maybe chip into the defense there a little bit.
So second down, 10 yards to go. Clark goes in motion. He gets it on the jet sweep. Left side, gets to the edge, and he's across the 35-yard line, and he's across midfield now and pushed out of bounds inside the 30-yard line to the 29-yard line. So Clark has had a big night receiving-wise. This is a big rushing play here. He stepped out of bounds at the 32-yard line. First and 10 for Gladbrook-Reinbeck.
And that's going to go as a 23-yard gain on the left side there on that jet sweep, getting him into Edco territory.
Gladbrook-Reinbeck, we mentioned the runner-up in 8-man last year, but you can see the way they put their stars, and Clark also there as well, and Heron, just the way they move those guys around and find ways to get those guys the ball.
Absolutely.
First down, 10 yards to go. They're going to run it up the middle. First carry of the night, I believe, for Kel Blom. Blom goes inside the 30-yard line down to the 29-yard line. It'll be second down, 6 yards to go. But when you can line up Heron outside as a receiver with his speed, and Clark, they're able to move him on some jet sweeps, things like that. He's had a couple of big catches in this game. They do a good job putting their key players in key positions. And for the Vikings tonight defensively, they've done a lot of good things in this ball game, but just the big plays has been the difference.
That has been, and kudos to those guys up front for the Rebels to give him time.
So second down, they officially call it 7 yards to go, and a swing pass. They fake it. They're looking long. They're looking for Gutneck, and he catches it by the defender and goes in for the score. They pump fake the quick hit to the right side. They throw it deep into the end zone. It is caught by Gutneck. A 29-yard pass play. Another big play for the Rebels. Back up 53-18.
Yeah, just a fake to the Clark in the flats there to kind of give that out pattern through the pump fake, and then went deep to Gutneck, and Gutneck able to haul that in. Batten reached for it just a little out of his reach. That's going to go down as a 29-yard pass play.
So here is your PAT. Spot is down. The kick is up. It is high enough, long enough. Put it on the board. 5:59 to go. Back to a moving clock. 54-18. Gladbrook-Reinbeck leads.
It's back to school time and the fall sports season is underway. Hi, this is Dr. Jessica Wilkie of Family Dentistry Associates of Monona. We have lots to celebrate over here with the excitement of back to school and the recent wedding of our doctors Chase and Daphne Bruner. Dr. Mark Foey and myself would like to extend them congratulations and wish all our area students and athletes good luck this fall. We welcome new patients and look forward to seeing you at your next dental appointment.
Edco Playoff Football is brought to you in part by Lloyd Kelchin Grain in Edgewood, the Cheapo Depot in Petersburg, the Lowena Savings Bank, member FDIC, LTI & Sons Water Conditioning, your Connecticut dealer in Postville, Meyer Collision and Service Center in Guttenberg and Elkader, Ground Logs and Lumber in Elkader, Timber is a Crop, Harvest Wisely, St. Olaf Ag Sales and Service, T&K Cahoon, your Napa dealer in Monona, and by Nick's Excavating and Kane Construction in Farmersburg. This is KCTN Sports. 5:59 to go in the fourth. 54-18 our score. Again, Utter launches it away, and again, Lang catches it back in the end zone. It is an automatic touchback. First down, 10 yards to go at their own 15-yard line. That was a, once again, pass play. Gutneck there, 29-yard pass reception, yes. And that was completed there from Mahern. We were talking about how the Stars had been put in position in this ball game tonight, and now, again, it is another a big play for Gladbrook-Reinbeck in this game.
Well, Gutneck is a sophomore, so maybe wanted to get him involved with this, and what a great time for him to come through. A lot of attention to those other guys.
So first down, 10 yards to go. Stagger to throw the football, and he has to step up, but he's going to be dropped back for a loss. Cale Bloom makes the play back at the 15-yard line, inside the 15 to the 14-yard line. They lose a yard, and that's been the difference tonight. Stagger has been so good all season long to either, again, get to the edge, keep his feet, and get forward progress. But what they've done tonight is they have keyed in on not allowing that.
Well, he's so elusive,
Yeah.
and they know that, so they've put a speed guy on him, like you said, a spy to keep an eye on him, and every time he steps up, they're right there to shut that down to keep him from scrambling to get to the outside.
Second down and 11 yards to go. Two receivers lined up to the right. And Ingalls goes in motion out of the backfield. Stagger looking right side. Nobody's open. Now flushed out. He's going to bring it near side now. Stagger on the run. Throws it deep. Looking for Lang at the 30-yard line. Intercepted. Throwing short. Clark with his second interception. He brings it across the 30-yard line. Tackled by Lang. And inside 5 minutes to go. Vikings just trying to make something big happen there. And turned away by the Gladbrook-Reinbeck defense.
Well, that's a tough throw. Running to your left and throwing with your right, trying to get your shoulders across the body. That's just a tough throw. And he's trying to elevate that to get it downfield, and it just hung a little too long. And Christopher Lang not able to come back and get that. Just an easy pick there for Clark, just being a wide receiver.
And again, you're trying to make something happen, trying to take a shot down the field there, but again, that was a long throw to get that ball all the way down to the 30-yard line to begin with. Remember, you were at your own 15-yard line. So first down, 10 yards to go for Gladbrook-Reinbeck. Two receivers to the right. And on first and 10, they're going to run it. That is Heron. And Heron hit at the line of scrimmage. Hoffman, nice play there. Makes the tackle up front. Forward progress of nothing. And it's second down, 10 yards to go. We talk about some of the Edco players now here, and they're seniors. You have Batten, Lang, Ingalls among the seniors. And by the way, we have a timeout taken there.
Stoppage of play here, and I don't know if this is to talk to the clock runners or what they're
Well,
doing.
Heron checks out. Does he have an equipment issue or something?
I don't know. They're waving. All the guys on the sideline for Gladbrook-Reinbeck are going, hey, it's a 35-point differential. We want the clock running, and it's been stopped.
They had stopped the clock there. You're talking about other seniors for, once again, Edco, and we mentioned the Lang and Batten and Ingalls, but also senior-wise, you have Landon Campbell. Remember, missed much of this, got the gold award in the district because missed much of the season with injury.
Yeah, got hurt against Turkey Valley the first time they played him.
William Hoffman certainly bloomed this year as a senior year. Now we restart the clock here. They got the clock back to where they wanted to. It is second down, 10 yards to go. But again, not a ton of seniors on this team. 2nd and 10, they run it up the middle. That is Heron. Heron actually is not in the game. They get across the 35-yard line. It was number 2, and that was, again, Gutenek on the carry. 3rd down, 5 yards to go. Inside 4 minutes to go in this ball game. And then you talk about these seniors. Think about this. Back-to-back years in the quarterfinals.
Absolutely. Nothing to hang their heads about. I know their goal was to get down to that dome and see what it's like to play down there because, it's been a while since they were down there. Haven't been there in the 8-man game. Going to come up a little short this year, but not for lack of effort in a great season.
Yeah, 2018, they made it in the 11-man game back then. 3rd down, 5 yards to go. Receiver to the left, and they again send another receiver in motion. Mahern is going to boot it to the right, 40-yard line. He's got first down, 45-yard line. He's inside the 30-yard line, down to the 28-yard line. Again, we've only got a 40-yard field, but it's down to the 28-yard line. Mahern booted it around right side. Another big play for Gladbrook-Reinbeck, this time a run. 3.5 to go. It's 1st and 10.
Well, and that clock continues to run. He stepped out of bounds, and might be thinking, well, why does he step out? It's going to stop the clock. That clock's going to continue to run here. So a good pickup by Mahern. First downs, that's just going to limit the time that Edco might get if they would get this ball back.
And you talk about Edco future-wise there. They're going to need some receivers to step up, but Miller showed tonight he can play that role.
He can play, yeah. He definitely can. Connor Balls has caught a few balls out of that end position.
1st and 10. Mahern, by the way, out of the ball game. Number 15, Bennett C. It's a sophomore, 6 foot, 176 pounds. Backup quarterback, runs it left side for a yard. It'll be 2nd down. It is 9 yards to go. But you have a number of key players coming back next year. Stelkin's just a sophomore. Stagger, as we mentioned earlier, he's just a sophomore. Dace Arthur, a sophomore. Connor Balls, just a sophomore. And, of course, you've got some upperclassmen returning with that group as well. Juniors that you hope take another step forward next year.
A junior that got hurt, Mac Parenjacket, hasn't played a lot this year.
Yep.
He'll be back next year on the line.
Brady Tyne, another one of the juniors who contributed quite a bit this year. 2nd down, 9 yards to go. C is going to keep it right side, and he's into the backfield, and he'll be stopped of the original sticks there. Nice tackle there by the Vikings. Pierce Bacher there making this play, and it's a loss of a yard. 3rd down, 9 yards to go. Inside 2 minutes here in our 4th quarter. So this is a Viking team that I don't know if a lot of people realize this, but they've made the postseason every year since 2018. It started in the 11-man game, and then, of course, in the 8-man game. They've missed the playoffs yet in the 8-man game.
No, and back-to-back undefeated regular seasons, quarterfinals back-to-back. So a lot to be proud of out of this group of seniors. But these youngsters have a tradition to carry on, and they'll be leaned on pretty heavily for next year.
So 3rd down, they'll let the play clock wind down as they snap it, and now taking a knee here is going to be the quarterback C. That's interesting, but you appreciate that as they realize the game is on their way to being over here. And content, it's 4th down, it is 15 yards to go, so if they take another knee, and I don't know if they'll punt it. Again, they've only punted once all year.
I doubt they're going to punt it.
That is just a staggering stat. Even in the 8-man game, that's impressive.
Yeah, it is, absolutely.
I mean, that's just, you just never really hear of that. So it's 4th down, 15 yards to go, inside a minute to go here. And they'll let the play clock run for another 12 seconds and then turn it over on downs where Edco may have a chance to get some of their subs into ball game, at least for a snap. And again, C is out of pistol formation, gets a snap, takes a knee down to the 36-yard line. And again, they turn it over on downs. 1st and 10 for Edco at their own 36-yard line. Boy, I tell you what, we don't see that a lot anymore, but what sportsmanship there by Gladbrook-Reinbeck.
Absolutely, and I wonder if Edco's going to do the exact same thing and say, we don't need to snap it either, let's just let this run out.
Well, this is great because now Edco's, and Dyke New Hartford's doing the same, but they're giving a great round of applause. Look in the Edco sideline there as you've got everybody, their fans coming to their feet. The entire team walked over to the sideline, and they're going to let the clock move because obviously they're not even going to switch it there on possession. So the game winds down, and it comes to an end, and it is Gladbrook-Reinbeck, the state runner-up a season ago, ending Edco's their season here in the quarterfinals. It is Gladbrook-Reinbeck now 11-0, victorious by a final score of 54-18. Vikings close the season 10-1. Game break coming up here, our post-game show, and we'll be back with coaching interviews, game stats, and more. You've been listening to Edco Football from KCTN Sports.
Stronger, farther, faster. It all starts with good nutrition. Clayton County Farm Bureau is proud of our livestock farmers who provide high-quality protein needed to fuel our young athletes. The ultimate pre- and post-game fuel-up can be found in meat and dairy foods grown right here. Meat and dairy are natural sources of essential vitamins that support health, energy, and performance. We know our student athletes are the real deal, and Iowa's livestock farmers are committed to helping them reach their goals. To learn more, visit realfarmersrealfoodrealmeat.com.
When I started out in the car business, my dad gave me some good advice. Hi, it's Forrest Brown with the Browns family of dealerships. What my dad told me is when you sell someone their first car, you need a good sales department. But if you expect to sell them their second, third, and fourth car, you better have a great service department. Visit any one of the Browns family of dealerships in Guttenberg, Elkader, West Branch, or Victory Ford in Dyersville and find out why Browns is your hometown dealer, no matter where your hometown may be.
At Freedom Bank, we're more than a bank. We're 100% employee-owned and proud to be part of the communities we serve. Our home equity line of credit is a smart, flexible way to use the equity you've built in your home. Whether it's home improvements, tuition, or unexpected expenses, Freedom Bank empowers success with local lenders you know and trust. Visit us today and let's build your future together. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender. All loans are subject to credit approval.
The Woodland Eye Clinic in Elkader and West Union are proud sponsors of high school sports. We are committed to bringing our patients the highest level of total eye care with detailed one-on-one attention. Our offices offer the newest technology and equipment with a professional team of experienced staff that is committed to you. Call us today for your next total eye care appointment. The Woodland Eye Clinic in Elkader and West Union supports all of our local athletes taking the field or court this season.
This is Chris Holbert, General Manager of Hall Roberts Son Incorporated in Postville. We would like to wish the area student athletes both a safe and successful sports season. We have been a community-based company since 1864, servicing and supporting the area ag industry with products necessary for daily success. We look forward to continuing to serve and support both the ag industry and high school athletes in our surrounding communities. Thank you and good luck from the families at Hall Roberts Son.
Hey sports fans, take a time out to call Garms Financial Services for all your insurance needs. Whether you need auto, home, farm, health, crop, or business insurance, Garms Financial Services and Grinnell Mutual has you covered. You'll receive quality protection, expert advice, and local friendly service. Owner Brian Bugenhagen, along with his staff, look forward to serving all your insurance needs. Call them today for a free competitive quote. Garms Financial Services, located in Elkader and now also in Monona, your trusted choice agency.
Looking for the best suppressors with seamless service? Interested in helping protect your hearing or have questions on the NFA process? Head to Stronghold Corp, your one-stop shop for premium suppressors and unbeatable expertise. Whether you're a seasoned shooter or first-time buyer, we can get the best brands and latest models to fit your needs. Enjoy hassle-free eForms electronic fingerprint processing with our state-of-the-art Cerberus live scan system. Contact us today by heading to stronghold-corp.com for more information. Stronghold Corp, where silence meets precision. Top Gun Customs knows that the insurance company wants you to do all the work for them. They want you to download the app, take the pictures, upload them, then they want you to accept the paltry check they think will repair your vehicle. No, no, no. Top Gun writes an accurate estimate, takes the photos, and explains the repair process to you. Let Bob and the guys take all the worries out of your repairs. Call Bob or Nancy at 563-964-9899 at Top Gun to schedule your repair today.
Welcome back again to Gladbrook. It is Gladbrook-Reinbeck victorious over Edco tonight by a final score of 54-18. This was a 14-12 game at the end of one, but for the Rebels, an 8-man, it's a big play game, and they had more big plays tonight in this ball game. The Vikings closed an outstanding season, 10-1. We turn things over now to Coach Aaron Hammond. Let's go through the totals, and let's start first off for the Rebels.
For the Rebels, we'll start on the ground. Trayvon Herron had 14 carries, 162 yards. He had 4 touchdowns, 36, 68, 1, and 20. Trevor Mathern had 9 carries, 47 yards. He had a touchdown run of 3 yards. Guteneck had 1 carry for 4 yards. Blom had 1 carry for 4 yards. Hudson Clark had 3 carries for 31 yards. And Bennett C. had 2 carries, no yards there. So 248 yards of offense on the ground on 30 carries for the Rebels.
So they average 8 yards a carry on this night.
Yeah. In the air, Trevor Mathern had 13 completions on 15 attempts, 177 yards, 3 touchdowns. Number one target there was Hudson Clark, 10 receptions, 137 yards. He had touchdown catches of 65 and 28. Trayvon Herron had 2 catches for 11 yards, and Guteneck had that 1 catch of 29 yards. That was also a touchdown. So 13 catches, 177 yards in the air, 248 yards on the ground, 425 yards of offense for the Gladbrook-Reinbeck Rebels.
All right, and for our YouTube audience or those that are watching on KCTN.com, the Edgewood Colesburg team is meeting in the end zone here on our end to the right. They just got done with their conversation, but there's a host of people waiting for them. And again, what has been a great season, but there's some hugs going on there. I'm sure some tears
Probably
in there as well.
Yep.
They finish an outstanding season. All right, let's go to the totals now for Edco.
For Edco, on the ground, we're led by Jack Steger. He had 20 carries, 98 yards. Really tough running for him tonight. He had a 2-yard touchdown run and a 42-yard touchdown run. Carson Ingalls was the other one, 9 carries, 54 yards. Didn't get into the end zone, but had a nice job running the ball tonight. So 29 carries, 152 yards on the ground with those 2 guys. Jack Steger tonight was 13 of 25, tough going, 114 yards. He did have that 1 touchdown throw, but he had 2 interceptions tonight. Christopher Lang, number 1 target again, 5 catches, 62 yards. Carter Batten had 2 catches for 8 yards. And Jaden Miller had 5 catches for 42 yards. He had that 15-yard catch in the back of the end zone. Carson Ingalls did have 1 catch for 2 yards, so 114 yards in the air, 152 yards on the ground, 266 yards of offense for the Vikings tonight.
Yeah, and again, Edco, it continues here. They're now taking a team photo, and they should. Obviously, they're bringing home some great hardware, another quarterfinal trophy, back-to-back years. Taking a team photo there, everybody taking part of that in the end zone. So certainly a great season for Edgewood Colesburg. I know it doesn't end the way you want, but you lost to the 3rd-ranked team in the 8-man game, in a ball game that was played in their home field tonight here. And obviously Gladbrook-Reinbeck, they have every opportunity. What a semifinal that's going to be an 8-man no matter who gets there.
Yeah, it doesn't matter who they play, but they're going to be a dangerous out, and I can't imagine what they're going to look like. We were hoping to see Edco's speed on that turf, but Gladbrook-Reinbeck's got their own speed, and they're going to be impressive.
All right, we'll take a break. When we continue, we hope to talk with Edco football coach Alex Hanna, and we'll see what time we have, whether or not we can talk to Gladbrook-Reinbeck coach John Olson. That and more when our postgame continues here after this. 54-18, Gladbrook-Reinbeck victorious over Edco.
Choose skilled care to recover from your surgery or illness. Grace Bullman of Eitzen did, and she states, "When I came into the hospital following surgery in La Crosse, the first thing I noticed was it seems like family. The whole unit was welcoming, kind, caring, and glad I was there. I felt peaceful, and with their help I knew that I would get back home again, which I did just 2 weeks later. The entire staff was encouraging and always gave the extra mile. Wherever you are, remember to ask for skilled care."
Exceptional caring people, Veterans Memorial.
Inspiring changes to a happier, healthier you is what we do at Clayton Drug. We are committed to helping you achieve the highest quality of life possible. We are a full-service pharmacy offering services such as med packing to your home or mail delivery and online prescription refill. We also offer a cash pricing program on name brand and generic prescriptions. Call 563-245-2530 to find out more. Clayton Drug, connecting the communities of Elkader, Strawberry Point, and Sumner to service all in between.
Hi, this is Cody from Torkelson Motors in Elgin and Waukon. At Torkelson Motors, we believe that student involvement in activities is a great way to help grow our communities, and we are proud to help sponsor this game for your enjoyment. We've been serving Northeast Iowa since 1926 and appreciate the business that our customers have given us and the support they provide to our area schools and communities. So the next time you are in need of a new or used vehicle or a repair, stop into Torkelson Motors. We've been selling cars the old-fashioned way with a friendly smile and a handshake right here next door in Elgin and Waukon.
During spring and summer, severe weather can strike in a hurry. If you see a power line on the ground, stay away, keep others away, and call your electric utility. If there's a downed power line due to an accident, stay inside your vehicle until the utility arrives and de-energizes the line. Learn what to do if you see a downed power line. Doing the right thing could save your life. Allamakee Clayton Electric Cooperative, your Touchstone Energy Cooperative.
Being good at life means getting your finances in order so you can focus on the moments that matter most. With over 175 years of experience, New York Life Insurance Company offers insurance and financial solutions you can benefit from while you're well living. For trusted guidance, contact your local agents, Andrew Reimer or Troy Springer with your Vision Financial Group, proudly located and serving the beautiful Guttenberg community. Call Andy or Troy at 563-252-2471. Start planning today for peace of mind tomorrow. Your Vision Financial Group is not owned or operated by New York Life.
When making up a to-do list, don't forget to include servicing your car at Edie's AC Delco Service Center in Garnavillo. Your car should have the best care, and Edie's will make sure of it. Stop in or call 964-2186 to make an appointment. Tires worn out? Well, Edie's can replace them. Need a tow? Call Edie's at 964-2186. Kay, Lynn, and Todd invite you to stop by and fill your car's tank with fuel at Edie's AC Delco Service Center in Garnavillo. Edie's open 7 a.m. Mondays through Saturdays.
Alpine Communications believes connected communities become thriving communities. We are the local telephone company that became a 21st century communications provider. Alpine provides internet, television, cellular security, and telephone too. We promise personal, timely, reliable service from people who live here. When you choose us, we all thrive. Connect with Alpine Communications today. Click alpinecom.net or call 563-245-4000.
Welcome back once again here to Gladbrook. Post-game show continues. You can understand Edco right now. Coach Hanna having conversations with the seniors. Matter of fact, they're gathered around taking pictures in the end zone now here. So we still plan on talking with Coach Alex Hanna on our post-game show here tonight. Meanwhile, we'll try to see if we can find the other 8-man finals from tonight. We'll try to see what we can find out there for you. 54-18, the final score here. It is once again Gladbrook-Reinbeck victorious over Edco here at Gladbrook tonight. For the Vikings, they closed the season with a record of 10-1. It started right away. The question was, well, how are they going to be? They went to the quarterfinals last year. Some pieces gone from that team. How are we going to be up front? But Coach Hanna, in his first year as the head coach, knew they had a lot of speed to work with here, and it was evident. We saw them in week number 1 against Clarksville.
Yeah, I think the big question for them was, what's the line going to be like? They lost a lot of pieces. Are they going to be physical enough? Are they going to be big enough? And I think they answered that call. Defense answered the call, and they had a lot of weapons offensively.
And obviously they had a great start to the season as well. And in the district, really controlled the district race this year.
They did. They had that in control most of the season, or all the season really. Never really a question if they were going to be challenged by very many people.
Yeah, the closest game this year, I believe, was 15 points, if I remember right. I think that was a Springville game, 44-29, something like that. Otherwise, they really controlled things. Meanwhile, as far as other scores we've got going on tonight,
Bishop Garrigan has defeated Don Bosco. That's the one score that has been reported, 51-21.
All right, so again, that is a Don Bosco team that lost earlier this season to Gladbrook-Reinbeck, by the way. So it is, again, the number 1 team, Bishop Garrigan. Yep, they're back again. That's the team that beat Edco in the quarterfinals last year. They are back again as the chance to maybe see those two teams meet the title. Wouldn't that be kind of cool?
That would be interesting. Another final just came in. Audubon has defeated Iowa Valley.
So both those teams were undefeated.
Both those teams were undefeated, but I think Iowa Valley was a higher-ranked team. Was that not correct in Audubon? So that's a bit of a mini upset there, but a close ball game there at Iowa Valley.
All right, so there's only one more other quarterfinal that's going on at this time. That involves Fremont Mills, I know that.
Fremont Mills and Woodbine, and we haven't got a score on that one yet.
And Woodbine, by the way, is undefeated. So the 8-man game at the Dome next Wednesday is going to be thrilling. I think there are 4 really good teams there, and I think it's a case there that all 4 of them look like they may be even.
Yeah, it could be, could be some interesting ball games down at the Dome.
And again, Wednesday is when those teams play at the Unidome. Again, all the other games in the rest of the classes are held tomorrow night. These were all just the 8-man games that took place tonight. Meanwhile, Edco continues to gather there in the end zone. And again, we'll kind of move the camera over there for you. They continue to take pictures, so we're still hoping to talk with Alex Hanna on our post-game show here. And pretty good first year for the longtime assistant, huh?
Yeah, he had a nice season there and some nice weapons that brought back. And he's got quite a few weapons coming back next year. So we'll look for good things out of him again next year.
And again, we're also hoping to get Coach Hanna's comments on our seniors as well. And a pretty good crowd here, again, gathering with them in the end zone area as they close the season with a record of 10-1. We want to wish good luck to Gladbrook-Reinbeck as they again head to the semifinals next week. Meanwhile, as far as our football coverage we've had this year, been a heck of a season for us. And it started with games on Thursday, Friday night to start the year.
First 2 weeks, you bet.
First 2 weeks of the season, Thursday, Friday night. And I believe Gladbrook-Reinbeck coach John Olson making his way up and making his way over here. We're going to have a chance to talk with him first. We also want to talk with Alex Hanna in this ball game as well here. So our post-game show continues. We're joined by Gladbrook-Reinbeck head coach John Olson. Coach, first off here, thanks for joining us on the post-game.
Yeah, thank you very much for the support and being here tonight.
All right, getting back to the semifinals this year. Obviously, the state runner-up last season. This was kind of a goal this team had.
Yeah, from the very beginning, we actually don't talk about championships very much, to be quite honest with you. We don't even talk about the Dome very much. We're really focused on the process, what we need to do early in the season. And just like everything else, we scrimmaged this year against Cedar Ridge to start the season, and our coaching staff is like, whoa, we got a long ways to go. And we're very by the process, by the product, try to make sure that we do everything exactly right each and every week. And then you get to a point where you're like, okay, we're pretty good. We can do this. And then you start trying to focus on, those small little details.
Well, and this is kind of a different team than last year's team.
Yeah, no doubt. Last year Drew Eilers was here, Boyd was here, Roberts were here, different offensive line completely. We had, Hudson Clark's back, we've got Trayvon back and some of those guys, different quarterback, and that's kind of what's neat about the process. I could say that 3 years in a row for the Dome, different quarterback every 3 years, different offensive lineman, different running back. That's just from the offensive side of the ball. We've had different linebackers all 3 years, so it's kind of special from that standpoint for sure.
All right, let's talk about some of the individuals. Again, Trayvon Herron led you rushing the football there. Let's start there.
Yeah, Trey's just a tough kid. I mean, you obviously can see that. He's got some special talents, for sure, how fast he is and how tough he is. But he's really cerebral in the sense that he really knows where to go, how to line up. We move him all over the place. And then you got Hudson Clark, obviously, that, kind of tag teams with him and those kind of things. But, Trey's a tough kid. He's a really good ball player. But, he'll tell you right away the offensive line's opening those holes for him. He can't run trap for a touchdown if they're not making that hole there. But sometimes the defense, as Edco is as tough as they were, he's got to make a play and make it bounce, and obviously he can do that.
Yeah, Clark had 137 yards. By the way, your passing game pretty good as well. Trevor Mathern, 13 of 15, I believe, 147 yards. Certainly very efficient.
Yeah, I think Trevor's one of those guys that kind of gets lost a little bit in the sense where people don't talk about him so much, and he's okay with that. He's perfectly fine behind the scenes, but I think 13 for 15 for whatever you said, 140 yards, and probably a passer rating of 250 is pretty darn good. So, and not to mention his running plays that he had for us, had a rushing touchdown on a play that we've only ran one time all season. He's another cerebral player that can really handle the responsibility of putting all of our players and all the motions and all the things in different spots. He does a fantastic job.
All right, the other thing is defensively. I mean, this has been a stout defense throughout the year for you guys.
Yeah, no doubt. And then Brett Bangan's our defensive coordinator. James Whita is our defensive back coach. And then Tyler Eifler is our defensive line coach. Those guys deserve a ton of credit there. They just do a magical job of getting everything ready to go. And our philosophy here at GR is we're going to spend one more minute on defense than we do on offense. And I don't think that's an 8-man philosophy that carries with a lot of teams in the state. But I can tell you right now that's what we do. We're not going to be one of those teams that says, well, everybody scores 40. Nah, that's not going to work for us. We're going to work as hard as we can to hold you under your average and make you earn everything. And you know what? At some point in time, someone's going to get 40 on you, and then you got to be ready to go on the offensive side too. But we're going to work our tails off to make sure that they're going to earn all the drives and all the plays.
And it looks like what's happening tonight is I believe we've got all 4 finals in. Bishop Garrigan won. Audubon beat Iowa Valley. Also tonight, Woodbine beat Fremont Mills. You're going to see there's going to be 4 good teams down there.
Yeah, everybody's undefeated for the most part. Everybody's going to be tough. It's going to be a battle, and so we're just going to focus on Woodbine. I mean, that's a team that I think we're going to really match up in the semifinals, how that works. And, we haven't watched them on film at all. We respected Edco. That's a tough team right there for sure. The coach has been there for 15, 16 years, whatever it's been, well respected. So the battle's in front of us, but we're going to enjoy this for the next 24 hours, have a little meeting tomorrow after school, and then on Saturday get back after it.
All right, Coach. Congratulations once again getting to the
I appreciate
semifinals. Good luck to you guys.
Yeah, thank you.
You betcha. Once again, Gladbrook-Reinbeck Coach John Olson talking things over there about his Rebels team victorious tonight by a final score there of 54-18. They are victorious over Edco. We'll take a break. Still hoping to talk with Edco coach Alex Hanna when our postgame show continues here from Gladbrook. You're listening to high school football from KCTN Sports.
Over the past years, Central State Bank has invested in numerous programs and organizations dedicated to the education and enrichment of young people in our area. Athletics and the arts, vocational education, and youth club activities. Because Central State Bank is more than a bank, we're your neighbors, your relatives, your friends, your business partners. And these kids represent the future of our community. Trust your finances to a bank that invests in you. Central State Bank, member FDIC.
TNT Power Sports sells and services all makes and models of UTVs and ATVs. We have a nice selection of clean used units available along with new units. Contact Brian, Sawyer, or Tracy for your next UTV or ATV purchase. To keep your UTV or ATV in top-notch condition for work or play, schedule your service work with Brian or Nathan by calling 563-245-1100 or stop into TNT Power Sports north of Alcater on Highway 13 for all your sales or service work.
NEAT is connecting more and more homes and businesses to reliable fast broadband internet in Northeast Iowa. NEAT's fiber optic network has expanded and is now offering speeds up to 1 gig in and around Monona, Luena, St. Olaf, Farmersburg, Postville, and surrounding rural areas. NEAT Fiber provides high-quality internet, television, and telephone services at the speed of light. For more information on how to upgrade your speed and services, visit NEITEL.com or call today 877-638-2122. NEAT, connecting you now.
Epic Wear. Get personalized clothing for your school, your team, family, friends, business, or any event. Epic Wear has a huge range of customizable apparel, trophies, and awards. They offer free design help or design your own apparel at getepicwear.com, and you can even set up a free website for your fundraiser. Epic Wear, walk on. Call 563-568-2301 to place your order today.
Welcome back to Gladbrook. Again, the Rebels beating the Vikings tonight by a final score of 54-18 in this 8-man quarterfinal. And our post-game continues here. We're joined by Edco football coach Alex Hanna. Coach, first off, let's talk about the start of this ball game. Certainly offensively, got off to the start you were looking for.
Yeah. We just the first 2 drives, first 3 drives, we kind of did what we wanted to do. We wanted to take what they gave us. They're a very stingy defense, and we knew that going into the game. And we did what we wanted to do. And then as the game kind of went on, we had a couple situations where, I don't know if greedy's the right word, but we were looking for more, to bite off more than we needed to chew. And that's just what they do. They're just excellent at containing the big plays. They're excellent at bottling you up, not giving up big runs, big passes, and we just weren't patient enough on offense, and that's the hallmark of a good team. They're a good team, They got a lot of dudes on that football team. So I'm really proud of our guys. We just didn't execute enough on offense tonight, or on defense really, to win the game. But that's a dome team.
Well, and obviously there was a lot of pressure defensively with a number of different things they did.
Yeah. I thought we took away 1 or 2 of the things that they like to do. They really like that counter a lot. I don't know if they hit the counter maybe 1 time on us, but then they came back with the power. And that number 9, the Heron kid, he's the best running back in 8-man football, by my estimation. And we're pretty darn fast, and we could not catch him when he got going to the edge or the first tackle. It was frustrating, because I'll have to watch the film more, but I felt like we had him down in the backfield on 2 of his touchdown runs, and when you're there and you got hands on the guy with a 1 yard loss, and then he goes for 60, yeah, it's kicking the gut a little bit. But that's why these guys are a dome team. They do the little things, and they did the little things better than we did tonight.
All right, obviously a big situation happened at the end of the second quarter. You're in the ball game yet at that point, but the block punt makes it a 3-score ball game with you guys getting the ball to start the second half.
Yeah, and that's one of those things that we made the decision, and the decision is mine. But I think that the block punt was less consequential than leaving time on the clock was. Yeah. And some of that stuff is just the way that our offense works. We give Jax a lot of freedom, and I think he threw a few balls that maybe he wouldn't have thrown the second time around. But that's all part of the learning curve. Like I talked to Coach Jones tonight. I just said we saw a sophomore quarterback tonight.
Yeah.
This is the first team all year that we played that basically said Jax is going to beat us. He's going to beat us with precision throws, and he did that on occasion, but he didn't do it enough. And that's okay.
And obviously, you had a great drive to start the second half. I mean, it shows your team continuing to work hard.
Yeah, yep. At halftime, we talked about obviously pride, but we got to be perfect in the second half if we're going to come back with the way that they are. We got to be perfect. We're going to need to score. We're going to need to stop. We need to score again, to get back to that one-score ball game. But at the end of the day, you throw an interception, that's right up their alley. That's just what they do. I don't know if they're leading the state in takeaways, but they have a lot of takeaways. Yeah. And we just we couldn't do that.
And obviously, you guys actually only had 4 less this season, and obviously that's one thing you guys had done well throughout the year, forcing turnovers. All right, tell me a little bit about your seniors here. It's a group of seniors that had a lot of great success.
Yeah, a lot of blood, sweat, and tears from all 5 of those guys. They took the mantle that previous classes had left, and they picked it up and they ran with it. Those guys, those 5 were the first guys in the weight room. They were the first guys calling their buddies to get to the weight room. They were the first guys to come to summer practices. They are the first in line when it comes to running. They were absolute leaders. And I think the great thing about those guys is what I have to thank them for is they answered the bell early in the season, because a lot of people were, oh, geez Louise, we don't got the Rochford boy anymore. Now what are we going to do? And I give those guys a lot of credit for, well, first of all, putting up with me yelling at them a lot. But they took the baton from the last generation of Edco Vikings, and they started running the next generation. And they were incredible, incredible leaders all the way through.
And obviously, some good pieces to work with here in the future.
Yeah, we have a lot coming back. I'm not going to sit down and go position by position with you, but I do think that we have a potential to be good again next year. But it all comes down to will the kids in the program, the upcoming juniors, the upcoming seniors, the upcoming sophomores, and the upcoming freshmen, will they commit to doing things the way that we do them? Will they commit to lifting weights the hard way? Will they commit to being coached hard? I think that those kids will, and I'm really looking forward to an off season of development with them, a summer of development with them, and getting right back to where we are. Like I told these guys, I don't want to lose a football game ever again.
I get that.
I just don't want to lose a football game again, and that's something that we strive for. We never want to lose. And if we do lose, we kind of have to just look at ourselves and say, was this team better than us that we lost to? And I think tonight they were better than we were, and we just have to kind of live with that. But that's why they're a dome team.
Obviously, great first season as being the head coach there. Good luck to you guys. We look forward to catching up with you. Thanks again.
Thank you for the coverage, Dan and Aaron. Appreciate it all year long.
You betcha. Edco football coach Alex Hanna taking time to talk to us here on the post-game show here tonight as the final score 54-18. We'll keep it right here on our post-game show here, and we'll wrap things up. Vikings close the season 10-1.
Yeah, you can't ask for more in a first year as a head coach for a team. To go out and get to the quarterfinals again, get your team where you want it to be, and it was a joy to watch these kids. I teach these Edco kids, and I coach some of them in baseball. But to see them in this situation and to really come into their own in a few things was fun to see. And I'm sure they took it tough, especially the seniors. You talked about the 5 seniors. they took it tough, but those young guys, they're going to back with some fire.
Yeah, bringing home some hardware. That's never a bad season.
It's never a bad season. You come home with a trophy.
So again, thanks to the Edco sponsors throughout this year. Good luck to the Gladbrook-Reinbeck Rebels as they head to the semifinals next Wednesday. Again, our final score 54-18. That'll wrap it up here from a cold night now in Gladbrook.
It's getting chilly now.
And again, I'm Dan Behrens here on KCTN FM 100. Also, thanks for running our camera tonight. I want to make sure I get the right name here. Braxton, and it is Wedmore.
Braxton Wedmore from
Gladbrook-Reinbeck.
Right here, Gladbrook-Reinbeck. Thank you for him. He sat in shorts all night, no hat. Made me feel like kind of a weenie out here, but he was getting cold too.
Just like Coach Chahana wearing shorts tonight. And also thanks to, once again, Ty Keenan for running our studio show tonight. Everybody helped us out throughout the season, as well as Paula Mahoney did some fill-in work for us this year. And basketball season just a few weeks away.
It's not that far away, Dan.
Again, our final score, Gladbrook-Reinbeck 54, Edco 18. That'll wrap things up here from Gladbrook. For a complete recap of tonight's ball game, highlights, scores, and more, go to KCTN.com, click in the Sports tab. This has been a presentation of KCTN FM 100 Sports.
Over the past years, Central State Bank has invested in numerous programs and organizations dedicated to the education and enrichment of young people in our area. Athletics and the arts, vocational education, and youth club activities. Because Central State Bank is more than a bank, we're your neighbors, your relatives, your friends, your business partners. And these kids represent the future of our community. Trust your finances to a bank that invests in you. Central State Bank, member FDIC.